We're live. We're there.
Oh man.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I'm watching. See,
Yeah, I'm
quite
here.
yet.
We'll checking.
And it's live.
It's
Yeah, that
live.
goes.
I'm checking now.
Hey.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So
Awesome.
And I'll close that window so I don't have to just repeat.
I'm gonna turn the music down a tiny bit more.
Yeah.
There. All right. Welcome, people who are watching. I don't know how many are currently watching at the moment, but welcome to our Modest Guild, a show where us friends play D&D and have a rip-roaring good time while doing so. Since this is our first episode, session 1, does everyone want to kind of go around and introduce themselves?
In or out of character?
How about out of character? Because we'll have the in-character introductions soon enough.
Okay.
Ladies
You wanna
first.
start, Mr. DM? Oh, or
The
that.
DM. Yeah, that works too.
Oh, well, fine, all right. I am the Dungeon Master. My name is Adam. Should we say other things about us?
Maybe talk
I mean,
about your
names are
D&D
just fine.
experience.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
This is my second D&D DMing thing. I run a different game, and that was my first, and this is going to be my second DMing time ever. So I hope I'm good enough for everybody.
Next.
Who's next?
Tara.
Let's go.
All right. Hi everyone. My name is Tara. I have been playing D&D for about 6 years. Started with mostly Pathfinder. Did a lot in college with these nerds, and have since moved on to do some of my own DMing. And 5th edition is kind of my wheelhouse now, so I've been playing a lot of that. Also DMing a game on the weekends, and now joining this game.
Colleen.
I'm Colleen, and my longest running game is going on 5 years now, and Aletheus, or Alex, is the DM of that one. I usually play a tiefling summoner, and I'm pretty new to 5e, but I'm excited to finally try it out.
I'm Alex, as Colleen said. I have been playing D&D for 14, nearly 15 years. I started with 3rd edition, being introduced to it by my uncle. And I, for the most part, have been playing Pathfinder. But this is my first game in 5e as a player, and in the next, hopefully, month or so, I will have published a game on DM's Guild that people can purchase if they'd like.
Woo!
I'm Ethan. My only D&D experience is with 5th edition. I started playing at a gaming shop with some of my coworkers, and I started talking to Adam about my love of D&D, and he was like, "Oh, like I'm also a dungeon master," and that's that's kind of it.
And I'm Will, and most of my D&D experience, D&D and Pathfinder, started in college with many of these people, with these wonderful people here. And I have GM'd once, but for Edge of the Empire rather than a D&D Pathfinder setting. So, D&D for about 4 or 5 years-ish.
All right.
All right, let's get this started. I think that's
So
everybody.
with that, I believe it is time for us, my friends, to get started. So, welcome to the planet Time. 700 years ago, 2 universes were collided together. One where mammals became dominant and forged their reality into their own image, and one where reptiles remained dominant and kept their kingly status of the world. During these 700 years, these 2 different yet similar people joined forces to recuperate from the Great Colliding, also known as the Catasandra. Though these 2 forces joined as one, many things are still mysterious and alien to each side. On the Malian-dominated continent of Marigo, many factions and people live and call this home. To the north is a small kingdom of Iomar and the mysterious Misty Peninsula. To the southwest, bordered by the Wishbone mountain range, is the small faction of Jotun, comprised mostly of people looking for peace in this time of war. Taking up most of Marigo is the kingdom of Eidolon, a kingdom that is as diverse as it is big. Many rumors spread amongst the populace that try to explain the reason for the war, ranging from continental conquest to an emissary offending the king. There are many theories amongst the populace, but no one knows for sure. Our story, however, begins in the city of Multhir, in the Amber Ale Tavern. The tavern is filled with people in an atmosphere somewhat like a party. Music dances in the air that makes the walla of the crowd seem impossibly more jovial than it sounded outside of the tavern. Sitting at the table after a grueling week of travel sits three compatriots. The group I shall dub Group 2, and they know what that means. Would you please introduce yourselves?
Team 2's best team, just saying.
Sure. So group 2 is me, Caffriel Grimsbane.
A blue and white-haired tiefling named Mihi.
And sitting between them is a turquoise-colored tiefling. Black hair, big smile on his face, shield on his back, sword at his hip. My name is Calzarel.
You guys, like I said, have been traveling for a grueling week, and finally, in mid-afternoon, you guys finally get to the Amber Ale Tavern. You see the owner of the tavern, Feldspar, at the counter, giving out drinks. He is short of stature, as many dwarves are, with long, what I will say, paprika and salt colored hair. He keeps giving out. And what do you want? Yeah, all right. Here you go. All right. A barmaid comes up to your guys' table and says, "Hi, what can I do for you?"
Me and this beautiful tiefling lass will have 2 grogs.
Oh, does it have to be grog?
Well,
Much
do you
prefer
have-
ale again.
Okay, alright, ale.
Thank you.
The grog
Now,
tastes
would you like
worse.
just a normal ale, or would you like the house special ale?
Is the house special ale stronger?
What makes it so special?
Well, it makes it more special because yes, it is a bit stronger, but also it has the nice amber glow coming from it.
Oh, that one, yes.
Right, it's 2 amber ales. And what will you want?
Water's fine, thank you.
Water? Okay, all right. Is that all? Or would you like anything to eat, or?
I would like something to eat. We've been traveling a very long time.
All right, what would you like?
Food, please.
Stew. Whatever's
Stew.
easiest. Stew.
Whatever is easiest.
Stew's fine, thank
Alright.
you.
Are you open up a tab, or would you like to pay right now?
I'll pay as I go, and I'll reach into my. How much is it? I guess. How much did she say? She hasn't said yet.
She hasn't said how
Yeah,
much it is
I'll
yet.
I'll pay for my stew right now. Thank you.
All right.
I
that
assume
would
you'd
be
be getting a room for the night as well.
Do we want to stay here? Do we want to look for somewhere else?
I mean, if there's a discount.
I mean, there aren't any discounts right now, but I can go ask for you.
That'd be wonderful. The food for now, and then we'll think about a room if there's a discount.
All right. That will be about 5 silver apiece.
And I'll reach in and I'll hand her the 5 silver for my purse.
Thank you.
I hand her the 5 silver too.
I do
Okay,
as
thank
well.
you.
I'd
Alright, thank you.
reach out. Replace it. Sad to see it go.
All right. I shall be right back. And she wanders off. Coming inside of the tavern, Group 1, would you mind introducing yourselves.
Sure. So the door kind of swings open very quickly, and kind of ducking under the door, a very tall, elderly desert turtle kind of leans forward through. He's got very kind of dirty clothing as far as kind of coal and soot covered. He holds a big red oak looking staff with a what looks to be a lantern tied or hooked onto the top, and a big metallic shield strapped to his other arm. And he just kind of walks in, very big smile on his face, has his arm kind of patting on the shoulder, kind of ushering in a smaller figure. Which
Question.
Yeah. So being ushered in is a light green Yanti pureblood. He is very modestly dressed, more cloaks than anything else, and he has a small chameleon sitting on his shoulder. Embedded into his forehead is an amethyst, and around his neck is a set of softly glowing runes. As he looks up to Grandpa and goes, "Really, Grandpa, is this the inn that you're looking for us to stay in this evening? I saw another one just down the road that seemed nicer."
Well, this one has special ale, is what a passerby said. I say we go.
I guess. I don't know. Ale doesn't really agree with me. Do you think they have wine of some kind?
You can only ask. Look, empty table. We're going.
Fine.
So you guys wander over and you guys sit down next to the table that Group 1 was sitting at.
Group 2.
Bar boy comes up and he's like, "Yeah, what can I do for you?"
The special, please.
"Ah, the amber ale, alright. He starts writing it down. And for you, he looks over at you, Oliphius.
Do you have any wine here?
"Why, yes, we do."
Oh, wonderful. I will take a nice red wine if you have it.
Alright, we shall do that. Would you all like anything to eat, or are you just looking to get drunk tonight?
I could eat.
Sure.
Do you have any...
The special!
Sure, the special.
Alright then, that would come out to about 6 or 7, no, let's go with 6 silver pieces for you today.
I got them both, and I take out some silver and plunk it into his hand with my big old meaty hands.
Now, are you guys looking for rooms here as well, or are you just here to partake in our specials?
I think rooms would be good. We plan to be here possibly a few nights.
Alright, will that be 1 room or 2?
2, please.
2 rooms, alright. That will come about 8 silver pieces apiece.
I'll get this one, Grandpa. As he as he reaches into his pouch and gives the dwarf, you said?
Yeah.
Gives the dwarf the 8 silver.
Alright.
Oh, and if I don't mind, or if you don't mind me asking, could I also just get an empty plate?
Why, sure, I don't see why not. He writes it down
Thank
on
you.
his little sheet. Alright, I shall be right back. And he walks off.
8 silver isn't bad for a room, guys. Maybe we should stay here and get on that real quick.
I don't believe it's polite to eavesdrop on other people's conversations, Calzarel.
It's just Cal. If we've been together a week, and I've told you, it's just Cal.
Well, I was raised it's polite to give somebody's full name unless they ask that you don't.
I've asked you all week long!
It just doesn't sound right to me. I'm sorry. Cal is just so short. Calzarel. It just flows off the tongue.
Sir, and
It does flow.
I turn,
It
and
flows.
I tap the the turtle on the back of the shell. And
Yes.
my good man, can you answer a question for the three of us, please?
I'm happy to.
So-
what's your plight, young one?
What sounds? Does it matter if a person wants to be what they want to be called, or does it matter what sounds better when it comes to a name?
I guess that's everyone's interpretation. Generally, I go by a nickname that children gave me, but my name is much too long for most people, so it's a little embarrassing.
Well, my name's Cal Zarel, and I stand up, and Cal's about 6 feet tall, and I don't even think he still probably barely comes over Grandpa sitting down, but and I extend my hand, and but please,
Yeah,
my friends call me Cal.
I stand up as well, and Grandpa reaches about 6'8", and so he kind of looks down, extends a big ol' hand, and says, "Nice to meet you. As I said, my name is Grandpa. Albedea Tros Rexing Tram if you're so inclined, but most people just stick with the name."
It's a pleasure to meet you, Grandpa. See, I've asked to be called Cal, miss, so please call me Cal.
But you even introduced yourself as Cal Zarel.
And I'm going to interrupt this, and Grandpa's going to take Cal kind of by the shoulders and shove him towards Oliphius and say, "Look, Oliphius, this one's a mammal too.
Oh, gosh!
I think your studies would really enjoy someone of his stature. Look, poke on the horns a little
Please
bit."
don't touch those. That's actually, I didn't offend you by touching a shell, did I?
Oh no, it's part of my
Capriel's
part of my
taking down
bag.
notes on how to annoy Cal. Touch them.
So, Oliphius is gonna kind of look Cal over. What is Cal wearing again?
Cal is wearing what would normally be studded leather armor, but it's over kind of some chainmail, and he has there's a kind of cloak / cape on his back that's attached at the shoulder by a brooch. You might recognize the symbol on the brooch. It is an upside down sword that is green. The symbol of the Lady of the Lake, Vivian. We said it was Vivian or Vivine.
It's Vivian.
Vivian, the lady of the lake, Vivian. He looks like somebody you would expect to. His armor's a little bit covered in dust. He has long black hair, and the famous Superman curl kind of dangles over his forehead. And he's got a big smile on his face, even though he's kind of he took a napkin and he's cleaning off the horns, and he's kind of looking for in a plate, he sees a plate, and he's trying to make sure that he looks nice and presentable.
Who are you trying to impress, Cal?
Everyone.
Cal turns a darker shade of green and says, "Just myself. That's all that matters, doesn't it?"
Now, when he turns a darker shade of green, is it all over his face, or does he anime blush organs, or?
It starts at the cheeks and kind of circles, just goes up the cheeks, up the forehead, down the neck, and then kind of stops.
So after looking over Cal, Oliphius is gonna turn his attention to the rest of the table, looking at the. I don't think we got a good description of. I'm sorry. How do you pronounce your character's name, Colleen?
Capriel.
Capriel.
So Capriel is a lot. She's got these pauldrons that are just covered in belts and this hood on, and there's belts everywhere on her costume, well, her armor, because it looks like she was trying to up her leather armor by adding belts to it, because they have metal on them and she can't do metalworking herself.
Like a true Final Fantasy character.
Exactly.
That's the best description.
Her arms, if you look closely enough, have scars all over them, and it looks like there are some sort of runes or like it looks like they say things, but it's not English of any kind. It looks magical in nature. She's got freckles, and her hair is kind of like this color, but more reddish, and it's woven into a braid on the side. And she has gray eyes, and she looks very mischievous. Like she's looking at Cal like, I'm going to drive you up a wall, and it's gonna be great. And then she sort of notices Aletheus looking at her and kind of cocks her head to the side because I don't think she's ever seen reptile people before, especially not up close. I think she knows they exist, but like it's been a thing that she's been told about and not actually experienced. So she's sort of taking him in as much as he's taking her in, like, what's this?
And lastly, Mihi.
So Mihi is a very light blue-skinned tiefling with this just cascading, fairly straight white hair, particularly swept over her right eye, so much to this point that you can't see beyond the bangs into her eyes. But the one that's free is, the same kind of light crystal blue, typical pupilless, no tiefling, pupil center. And her outfit is very, it's very plain, but it's very dark. Like we're talking kind of like a black corset trimmed with a dark purple underneath, a little kind of leather choker around the neck that's the same kind of accent color, coming down into like a really, really long skirt. But her arms are also covered in the same sort of white glove all the way up to the sleeve, so there's no actual skin visible from the neck down, basically, on her. And she has two white horns kind of pointed back, but then they kind of curve back around the edge of her skull, and there's a slight little decoration on the side, almost like kind of like a little lattice work of lace that is in a little decoration on one of her horns. She's trying not to stare at you.
So Aletheus looks back to Grandpa and goes, yes, I do believe that you're right, Grandpa. As he looks back to the trio, pulls a book that was dangling off of one of his cloaks and pops it open as a little pencil had marked his spot. He goes, please, I just have a few questions.
Questions about what?
Are you in any way travelers? Not of this area. Do you by chance tap into forces both arcane and divine?
Yes. And yes.
Okay. Between the arcane and divine, which is it?
Arcane? Technically,
Yeah.
I'm not really sure myself, actually.
Okay. Well, in that case, what spells, documented spells, are you able to cast, and when they manifest, are they in any way different as opposed to other manifestations of the same cast?
Oh, no, Aletheus, you're gonna make her embarrassed.
Oh, no, it's quite alright. I've never actually talked to another person about this before. But I don't really cast spells. I read stories.
Okay, and he starts writing this down. Now,
It's at this moment that both of your guys' drinks and food arrive, but they notice you guys are drinking, so they're not going to try to interject.
Cal's going to take the food, the stews from the waitress, and give one to each of us, and then he takes the alcohol from her and he gives it to her. Please, you can. I think there's room enough here for the 5 of us if you want to join. This is to Grandpa and Aletheus, and then he sits down, placing himself as far away from Caphrael as possible.
Oh, look, Aletheus, already making friends. Isn't this wonderful?
Quick turn of the chair, so now he's facing the rest of you. He also makes sure to take the empty plate, takes Grumbles, his chameleon, lays it on the plate, and then casts Prestidigitation to heat up the plate.
Your small creature is so adorable. What is it called?
That is Grumbles. Now, please, back onto the
May
questions
I
that
inspect the Grumbles?
It's a chameleon, right? That's a chameleon.
No, he
Yes.
clearly stated it was a Grumbles.
Grumbles is its name, Mihi. Like Cal is my name, and
Oh.
yours is your name.
Yes, apologies. May I pet the Grumbles?
Sure.
Just reach out a hand cautiously. Wait for him
I
to
mean-
kind of make like the 90-10. I'll go like 90% of the way and wait for Grumbles to go the last 10%. It should be on his turn.
I don't think Grumbles goes forward. He is a chameleon. He does what he wants.
Wait awkwardly for like 5-6 seconds. Quick eyes around. Go the last 10%. Pet the chameleon.
Again, you said you manifest magic by reading stories.
That's right.
These stories, what spells do they manifest by you just reading them?
Well, they're usually associated to the story that I read. I know they are magic, but I've never really figured out what their names are. I've kind of just read the stories, and that's how they happen.
And okay, this is admittedly different than I have come across as of late. Now, the stories, they are they read in Elven or Draconic?
Nope, I just read the stories.
I have many questions to ask you later.
Okay. I would be happy to answer them for you.
He
never
looks
talked Before.
he looks then to Cal. Sir, do you also cast in the divine or arcane?
It's divine. Vivine has granted me some semblance of something that is magic, and with that, Cal's eyes that are normally black, I'm gonna cast what is it? Divine Sense. Divine Sense. And my eyes change from black to what can only be described as the color of a running river or a stream of water, and you actually see what appears to be not water, but my pupils appear to have like moving water on them. The holy symbol on the brooch lights a little bit, and then Cal kind of just shrugs. What about you, Kafrael? Does what you do count as... Does that count as magic?
I don't know.
Last time she described it, she said it counted as smelling something.
No,
Yeah.
I'm... Oh, that too. I forgot about that. I was talking more about the flaming... And I point at the scimitar. That where did you put the scimitar? Is it on your back? Like, is it sitting on the
it's
table?
not a scimitar.
All right.
It's a
Wait, is that a scimitar?
Scythe. Scythe.
There we
Sorry,
go.
my
It's a
bad.
It's like leaned against the. Are we against a wall or are we at like a table in the middle of the room?
Corner table, corner
You
table,
guys are
corner table,
probably table in what?
corner table, corner table.
I would assume probably a corner table, especially if you guys walked in and you were like, corner table, that one. You probably would have walked over.
Mihi likes booths.
Yeah, it's leaned against the wall. She looks at it and she's like, I don't really know. I I sort of went through a personal crucible, and it was a little intense and confusing, and I'm still not really sure about what happened to me. So that's sort of a new party trick that I can do.
Crucible, and you said fire? Yes, coming from the scythe.
And
Um,
Cal's making like gestures. He's like trying to.
Have you
um,
ever seen someone do tricks with a baton?
Is this in character, out of character?
In character.
personally.
Yeah, in character. Like when they twirl it, like, you know, when people are doing the maypole thing, and then there's people twirling the baton in the street and the parades and.
well, we do parades back home, but not a maypole.
Grandpa's gonna nudge Caffrey and say, I don't think Oliphius gets out much.
I can see that.
I get out just fine.
But why would he want to get out? It's quite nice here, and we have food on the way.
Have food right here.
And Cal's stuffing his face right now, and he's like looking at me. He like. I think what he did see. Mihi, this is. Remember how we talked about me being forward when we first met?
Yes, and it was just as confusing.
Not. And. I had something and I lost how I was going to explain that to you. It's a metaphor, like.
She takes the spoon out of her soup and like makes sure that it's clean, and then she starts to twirl it in her fingers. I'm like, imagine this, but above my head. And it's on fire at the end.
Grandpa, that sounds very familiar to what your magic is like.
Oh, it might be. Do you know the great god Malduin? God of change, forge, the sun, etc., so on and so forth.
Can I roll a religion check to see if I've heard of that god before?
Yeah, sure.
And Grandpa's gonna kind of slam his staff on the ground twice, and I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy to make all the torches on the walls just flare up and then go back down.
All right. So the how much are they gonna flare up? Just like a little...
I'd say about double the size. So if they're like
Double the
hey,
size.
big, yeah.
All right, so all the
Not enough to burn down the place, obviously.
Of course.
Just a quick.
So all like the flames go up, and like as they go up, they kind of happen to go up like in like a nice like little pause, in the music, like you know how like music has a little like a pause before they continue for like a second, kind of like right in the middle, like a boom. So everyone like around them thinks it's part of the show, and you're just like yeah, and, like a couple of people are like paying closer attention to the show.
I thought for sure you were going to say to open all the windows, and I was going to have a moment. I rolled 17 for religion.
It's a really good
17?
first roll.
You've heard of
That was the first roll of the game.
Yeah, you did. It was the first roll of the game. You've heard of it. Yeah, he's mostly a dwarven god. But every once in a while you hear people outside of their respective groups following other gods.
I have heard of this religion indeed. I have yet to meet any of the followers, though. And you said your name was Albedatrix?
Yeah, Albedatrix, but please call me Grandpa. Everyone does.
Okay, if that is what you would like to be called, I'll call you Grandpa.
Wait, and Kyle like sucks down his soup. So you'll call him Grandpa, but I'm Kyle's Rel. Although I've said
That's very good, Mihi. That's
don't
very good.
encourage her.
I apologize, Cal.
Zarel.
I can't, I'm sorry. I apologize.
There, and I pat him on the horn.
This.
Well,
Cal goes back to eating.
So, Mr. Alifius, if you do not mind me asking, you asked if we were travelers. Are you travelers yourselves?
Yes, we are merchants going from town to town.
Ooh, merchants selling exotic wares?
I don't know if I would say exotic. The things I craft and forge, I'm a metal worker myself. And I gesture towards the hammer that's kind of attached on my belt at the hip. Made this shield too, and I kind of clunk clunk.
Ooh.
Can I see that? And Cal like asks to see your shield.
Oh, of course, and I don't even just show it. I like unstrap it very carefully and just hand it to him.
Cal takes it, and he's not skilled in any ways, but he does want to like compare it to the one on his back that he got from his parents, and he probably does like a couple like taps on it, and then hands it back to Grandpa. It seems to be a fine piece of work, so thank you.
Oh, I thank you. Made it myself. And you can see also that on it has the symbol of Malduin, which is a sun within a forge hearth. And within the sun is another symbol, which is one of the sun rising behind a hut, which is flanked by a hammer and an arrow, all underneath it like a burning campfire.
which is then within another symbol that's another sun.
just the one.
Uh,
That's
and then that box goes in another box, and that
And he
box
kinda
goes in
just
another box.
just very carefully straps it back onto his arm, and just kind of leans back and just looks over the new little trio here he's talking to, and so what brings you here? As I said, we're merchants. Are you natives here? I mean, you're at an inn. You must be travelers.
I'm from a bit north of here, small city. I'm more of a pilgrim, and I think our I guess our friendship is one of chance.
We're very good friends. And
Oh,
Kathleen,
I can see that. You all just interact so wonderfully. Good
she
friends, I
smiles
can tell
at Cal
already.
and Nikki, and she slams back the rest of her ale, and she says, "Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to visit the little girl's room for a moment."
But yes, you are correct in that we do get along fairly well. I was surprised, to be totally honest, but it has been quite fun to travel with you.
And you, Mihi, where do you come from?
Oh,
Of many of the other mammalians in the area, your dialect is rather strange.
I'm not sure it's a dialect from there. My mother was from far away, and I think she taught me how to speak common, so I think I carry some of her accent.
And is it more a southern or northern dialect?
Mm, I've never actually asked. I mean, I know where the location is on the map, but I'm not sure which location it's corresponding to. It's an interesting question. I wasn't really aware that people's voices could have locations.
What about you? You said you're a traveling merchant, so where are you? How? What brings you here? Oh, besides the selling, I guess
Oh,
that's.
merchantry.
Cal realizes this, and he does slightly blush and like,
Although, to be fair, this was a recommendation from, well, now that I think about it, from criminals.
from criminals.
But it was also the most nearby town. Yes, we ran into a spat of some people
Bandits.
doing some mild kidnapping, and Olivius and I saved the poor lass that was being taken, and it turns out the people doing it was a nice man that I met who was buying my wares earlier that day. What a chance encounter. So odd.
Just, minus the side of light kidnapping.
I don't think
Well,
kidnapping is
yes,
something that there's. And Cal turns to Mihi and looks her dead in her eyes. There's no such thing as light kidnapping. That's serious. Don't think about that as like. And he turns back to Grandpa.
But Mr. Albadeatros just said it was light kidnapping, so clearly it must have different degrees.
Well, I guess light in that it didn't succeed? I don't know. I'm
Of
still
course.
trying to understand fully
One
what the
person
process.
didn't take them very far, about 10 feet from the inn.
I mean, kidnapping
Yes.
at the end of the day is still kidnapping.
Oh, of course, that's why we stopped it.
What in the world are you guys talking about?
Oh, just the
Light
travels that
kidnapping.
brought us here. Stopped at kidnapping. You really missed a lot when you were off in the little girl's room.
Did you
At the
guys
last
tell
town.
them about?
No, I was just about to. At the last town that we were at, we solved
Did you
murders.
also stop at? Oh, not a kidnapping.
Oh.
Murder.
What?
Oh well.
We did something
that's
good.
quite the adventure.
Yeah, a bunch of people in the town had been missing, and we tracked them to this house. And then when we would talk to this guy, he was being really unnerving, and so Mr. Calzarel threatened him, and he got really freaked out.
I did not. Fetching the
And then he
police is not a
slammed the
threat.
door in our
That-
face.
That is not. Fetching the police is not a threat. Not,
Well,
Well,
he took it as a threat.
Okay, yeah, that is true. I guess in that aspect, I guess I did.
if
threaten
you're
him.
guilty, it's a threat.
Where did this occur?
Colville. It's about a week north Colville's like a week northeast of here.
Northwest.
About a week. Colville. It's about a week northwest up the roads towards where I come from.
Dang.
Wait, did... And Cal at this point is going to stand up and like, because he doesn't know how else to do this, he's gonna like walk over to the corner of the inn, like towards the bar, and he's going to gesture towards Cafrael to like come with him.
Apparently I'm going
Ooh, are
to
we
the little
getting a-
girl's room a
A
second
story?
time, and I follow Cal.
So Cal leans up on the bar, trying to look nonchalant, but it's not working out for him very well. He's a
He is a very chalant person.
Chalant.
Do we tell them about maybe ask them about the letter? You know how it had the ram, was it? The purple ram? You've been keeping it, so I haven't looked at it again.
She unfolds it and she says, well, the little lizardy guy is kind of a nerd, so might work out asking.
I don't think we can call him lizardy. I'm not sure if that's polite.
I don't know. I mean, he is lizardy. He's like literally like a lizard.
Yeah, but is it like, I don't think it's something that you like bring up. It's like
You're demony.
I take offense to that. But I take offense to most of the things you say, and you don't seem to care, so...
I don't. So you're very observant.
Well, should we... Maybe these two incidents are connected. Can we... I know we wanted to
I
keep
missed
this...
their story, so...
I'm telling you, right now... And then Cal's going to take, like, 2 minutes to explain what they told him as best he can. I think they're connected. And, like...
For the record, while they're gone, Mihi is telling them literally everything that happened.
Of course she is! Ah!
I'll do it in character once
Can
we're done
we...
with this one.
So, do you think we should trust them? And maybe this is all... I mean, there's only 3 of us, and I'm not sure what we're getting into.
That turtle guy seems like the most trustworthy person I've ever seen in my entire life. And I don't think that the lizard guy could like ever hurt anybody if he wanted to, because he's just a nerd. So he has a chameleon on his shoulder.
You are such a fount of wisdom.
I am.
And
Well-
Cal's going to just walk away back to the table.
I
so I guess
answered
let's
your
jump back.
question.
I guess let's jump back to after Cafrael and Cal left.
Like literally the two of them stand up. So anyway, where was I? So
Murder! That's
we
where you were.
yeah. So we tracked all these missing people. We were looking for what was her name? Oh, we were looking for a Miss Barbara Streisand. And we followed this guy to his house, and he was acting really weird. So Mr. Calzarel broke open the door and was like,
Of
"Well, you
course,
shut the
of
door on
course.
us." And then he was gone. So we followed him through the house, and we got to the back where he had all the bodies, and they were all kind of in a pile. And then he turned
definitely,
into
of
this
course.
like. He turned into this like grotesque monster, and he was all like, "Brr," and we were all like,
Which happens.
and then he was like, "Brr," and then we were like, "Ah!" We shot a bunch of spells at him, and he fell over. But then he summoned this demon, and the demon did something that I've never seen it do before, and it was like, "Haha, I'm terrible, and I wanted all these people to die so I could be summoned. I'm gonna go kill more people." And we're like, "That's bad." He's like, "I know."
Of course.
So then we smelt him, and then we found a letter that said that it was going to happen in this city. Once everything was done with the summoning, they were going to come here. So we followed it, looking for the perpetrators.
Wow. And he slams his hands on the table. That is insanity.
That's about this time that Cafrael and Cal come back.
So, we have...
I don't know why you're mad at me. I answered your question.
Cal takes the letter that Cafrael gave him, ignoring
Hey,
it,
that is mine.
opens it, slides it across the table. Does this look familiar? Does this symbol look familiar to you?
And he kind of holds it close and hands it to Olivius.
Yes, it does. As
I knew you would
Olivius
know.
opens up his sketchbook or his journal to the previous page, and it's the exact same symbol, roughly drawn, but
See? I told you the lizard nerd would know.
You just met him! You don't know
Yeah,
if he's a
and
nerd or
I'm
not.
very astute with my observations. I know a nerd when I see one. My brother was a nerd.
I don't know what she's saying. I understand some of the words that she's saying, but I don't understand others.
She's paying you a compliment.
I mean,
You'll
Don't
get
know
that.
if I can believe you on that.
When you're with her, she'll say a lot of things that you don't understand. It's happened to.
Good to know.
That is the letter, by the way.
Okay, it's loading on my
Ah,
screen.
it says loading.
And is this seen by anybody on the stream too? Like who's?
It says loading right there for them right now.
There's a slight delay.
There we go.
I am going to open up the map that would expect one of us to have between Grandpa and I.
Oh, Grandpa definitely has a map.
Absolutely. And we're gonna look for Molthir. Or I'm gonna look for Molthir.
You guys are currently in
Olympus,
Wolfmere.
that's here.
Oh, fair enough.
So,
You best start believing in Molthir, Olympius. You're in it.
surprisingly, his directions are still better than hers, and I point at Caffrael.
no shit, Sherlock. I've never been here before.
Yeah, we actually met. It says yours was in Colville. We started just west of here in Colomar. It's odd that these two things would be happening simultaneously in different places. That's quite
Or
the
maybe-
coincidence.
Or maybe it's odd that both places start with coal. That's clearly a connection.
Hmm.
Do you think we should just bring this to the authorities?
No.
That's what I
no.
wanted to do.
No.
Well,
no
there
cops.
were no demons in what happened with our encounter. There were just some assholes stealing a barmaid.
It sounds like they made it a bit further along their plan in Colville with us than it did where it happened with you, sadly.
Oh, sorry, it's Colomar was the place we came from. Slight addition.
But it is also strange that when we had the kidnapping, when we questioned one of those fellows, Muldoon, I believe his name was,
Yes.
he did suddenly die.
Oh yes, that's true.
Just
I nailed him to a chair, and we started to question him, and then he yelled
Nailed
some.
him?
Well, his clothing. I had nails and hammer, extra precaution. And we began to question him as the authorities were coming along. We did call the authorities. I don't know if that's some issue for the three of you, but then he screamed some mumbo jumbo, and then he clutched his heart, and he died.
Do people just do that? Is there like some phrase that you could say and people just die?
I don't think it was anything I said. I'm quite used to my magics lately. And I don't think that Malduin would have something that would just strike down someone to death immediately.
I've
Strike
heard
someone
of
down.
such curses, but those are typically rather high-level magic and require some form of triggering effect.
How could you practice a spell like that? What if you got it wrong? Like, you can't practice that. It's like one and done.
I mean, if you got it wrong, they would still die. I imagine the side effect of death is still death.
But I mean, what if you say it's something wrong and then you're like, just really badly hurt?
Well, there's no light death.
But there's light kidnapping.
There is light
Yes.
kidnapping, but murder is just murder. It
No,
happens and it's done.
kidnapping, murder, no middle ground. Those are very, very solid subjects. It's either is or it isn't. Like,
There's a slow death versus a fast death versus a gross death versus like a clean death versus
Like a painless death.
painless death versus like a painful death versus like
There's
a
also societal death,
yeah.
Societal death, what's that?
where your
Like-
character is so tarnished that you could never recover.
that's more metaphorical. Well, I guess in that sense, then maybe
It's like you
there's...
might as well be dead.
But that one sounds like the lightest death, because you've technically died, but you're still alive. What about necromancy?
Not back home, it
Count as
isn't.
Necromancy is like you come back from death and then you die again. And you
I
die
thought
again.
that was
Oh, so that's like
Lichdom.
death. That's like death with extra steps.
We're getting off track here. We should probably
Sorry.
bring this evidence to the officials. They will probably be able to handle it much better than us.
No.
I'm, as much as it pains me to say this, I'm sort of with her on this. We
Hell
don't know how many. We don't know what this is. This could just be that they were going to meet here in Multhir, and they were going to work together to kidnap people. Maybe there's already people here that they were supposed to meet. Maybe those people are officials. Maybe they caught wind of that we've seen some magic here at play, some from the hells. Maybe they know and they've called it off, and there's nothing here for us. I just worry that going to the authorities might tip them off.
Speaking of the hells, I mean, you are both demons, and pointing to Mihi and to Cal, would you know about their odd rituals?
We're not full-blooded demons, and honestly, the demon that we
Oh,
fought was
the
unlike
horns, I suppose, threw me off.
It's okay. No, it's fine. All the demons that I know are very wonderful and nice people, except for the one
See?
that we met last time. And
Oh.
he was very disturbing.
I've
Never met another demon.
never met a demon before, and I'm not really sure how to take being called one.
You should meet more of them.
I told you were demony.
That does not make me one, though.
Well, that's what
Seriously.
Capriel said.
But again, if you don't mind me getting back to the issue, if we are not gonna take this to the officials, then how are we gonna do anything about this? Find
I can
these.
smell demons.
Oh,
Okay, that is very handy information.
That is also why we came here.
Yeah, I smelled them. That's how I
All
found
right.
so they are demons.
I will have
Is that
some
correct?
questions
If she
for
can
you
smell
later.
demons,
these two. They're part demons.
That's more of an apt description, I guess.
very
We are
curious.
of the infernal bloodline.
Yeah.
They're not demons, but they're also not demons.
She says we smell different.
Yeah.
What do I smell like?
You got that like reptile-y smell.
I don't know what that means, but
Out of
it
character,
can't be
I
wrong.
used to have a turtle, and he did have a smell to him. Like, so that she's literally smelling.
Oh no, what happened?
Hang on, let me.
Are you okay
all
there?
the cameras
Are you
died.
here?
Oh god, the camera's gone!
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh
boy.
no!
The cameras are dead!
Okay, we're back.
Okay.
Alright.
Woo!
All of a
Wait.
sudden, Calzarel just
TV on
tips
top.
over, just
Grandpa.
passes out on the floor. Had a little bit too much water.
That was weird. I don't know why the cameras randomly turned off. Sorry, I was trying to fix the echo on my end. And
Murphy's Law.
yep. But hey,
Um,
it's back.
So you
The
say
camera's
that
a little messed up.
smell demons.
Yes.
Have you smelled anything that could at least bring us somewhat on track to finding whoever these perpetrators are?
We literally just got into town.
Yeah,
I don't think
like we just got
trying.
here. I haven't
Oh.
we've been traveling a long way. What time of day is it?
Right now, after you guys talked for a little bit, I would say it's probably around maybe like 7:30, almost 8 o'clock.
It's pretty late in the day. It wouldn't be good to start now.
Yeah, cameras are really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
the
trying. I'm not sure why it's being like this.
It could be the size of Discord. That's
That's what I'm trying right now.
We're no, totally gone.
Goodbye, Cameras.
I'm sorry, chat.
Cameras are dead. Alright,
You guys can continue. I'm trying.
Okay.
alright. So yeah, they'll be fixing the background. Alright.
Well, Mihi are. I mean, you may know this, and I hope you don't take this wrong, but being part demon, do you know if demons are nocturnal? Maybe nighttime is the best time to hunt them.
Well, I actually know quite a bit about demons. My mom we grew up with a demon. Demons are wonderful
Oh,
people, and I
there
know
we
quite a
go.
bit
I
about
think-
them.
I think cameras are okay now. On OBS, they look okay.
And really, like, trying to generalize demons is like trying to generalize any other kind of people. They're all going to be different for each different kind. So there's not like, people cannot be summarized in short phrases that are easy to reference at some point. Like, dwarves are a short-statured, greedy people that excel at digging into the ground. Can't just say
Yes.
those things. That's not fair.
But you just accurately described them.
Not not all dwarves.
What's a hashtag?
Shut.
Adam,
Mhm.
when we were coming into town, did we find any, or did we see any caravans with the emblem on them?
You didn't see anybody on your way in with those symbols.
Oh, okay, but just with the symbols. Okay.
I
You saw caravans like here and there, but like you didn't see any with the symbol on it.
I think I might have a bit of a lead, or at least some place to start. We were able to find out that the emblem was tied to a shipping company called the Rolling Ram Shipping Company. If we inquire about that around town, we might be able to find something.
Does a river run through Multhir, Adam?
I don't believe so.
Okay, I wasn't.
It's shipping as in transporting goods, not just through water base.
That would have been my second. Sorry, most of the shipping where I'm from, they use the river. They use river boats. That's a good plan and a solid lead, which is a lot better than my plan, which was just going to be see if there'd been some kidnappings here.
I mean,
I
we
could
can always.
like to sniff around and shop at the same time.
Shop?
Well, a girl's gotta have some belt.
I
I
think
think you
have
have
many
plenty of belts. Aha! See? Already on the same wavelength.
I mean, if you wish to do that, I can start going around and inquiring about this Rolling Ram company.
I can go with you.
Might be a little late to start
Apparently I
asking
have a
questions.
belt cow.
I
Zabel.
didn't say that. She said that. And I point at Mihi.
Cows are.
Well,
I think she's implying that everything is your fault.
I think she
Good,
is.
me. He very good.
well, if we are going to be waiting for the evening for this, I am at least going to be going up to my room.
We should probably
And-
get some of those.
The cameras are gone.
Yeah, I went to
Okay.
say I was
Goodbye.
trying to fix the echo that
Okay.
comes when I talk. I sound okay right now. It seems to be happening whenever me or Colleen talk.
Okay. Um,
Maybe I'm just too much of a booming voice.
Yeah.
it's about this time that the barmaid that came and talked to you guys, Calf, goes. So, have you guys decided if you're going to stay here, or have you decided you're going to go somewhere else?
Have you decided if there's a discount or not?
Ah, that's
Oh
very
my
true. I
God.
did. It does not appear to be one. But I mean,
I
yeah,
slide
and
Mickey
all
some
of-
silver, and I'm like, there's your discount.
But this won't
Well-
make the price of the hotel any cheaper.
It'll
I
make
was going
your
to say
price
that
cheaper.
if you stay the night, you get a free breakfast. So,
And that's a discount. I'll give the silver back.
How much for the room?
But the thought is appreciated.
it's about 8 silver pieces each. Or I guess depending on the room. How many rooms are you going to be taking?
Mihi, we can share one if you want.
I was gonna suggest the same.
2 rooms. I guess we're taking 2 rooms.
All right, so that would be
I mean,
16 silver
Calzarel,
pieces
you
total.
could share a room with us too. That wouldn't be that big of a deal.
That's
It would
a
cut the price.
Cal
Like
goes
a great
a
idea.
dark shade of green and is no
I like that idea.
I had to spend I need some time to myself.
The barmaid's face turns like a flush red. Like when you guys say that.
It would have been much cheaper if you had said yes. Okay,
I
two
mean,
rooms,
I'm
please.
not one to judge, but don't ladies need their own personal space, don't they?
It's not that big of a deal. It's just for a night. We've been sharing a campsite for the past 4 or 5 days.
2 rooms. Here's my silver.
She takes it like ginger, like all right. Okay, so I need the other 8.
All right,
I'll get 4.
Yeah, I get 4.
All right. So I should get you your keys.
Mihi looks longingly after the gold.
I mean silver.
She had to change out a gold piece.
Ah,
And anything can be gold if you just wait and save up enough of it.
okay. Fair. After a little while, she comes back with your guys' 2 room keys. She gives one to Mihi and then one to Cal.
What time is it now? How long have we been hanging out?
Are you asking
Adam.
me or are you asking?
Yes, I'm asking God.
Oh, I already said it was around
Lord.
like.
It's,
Well, I figured
It's
that
like
was when we
Lady
came
in
in.
Yeah, that was when we came.
No.
Okay,
I know.
that's it now.
Someone was asking me what time it was currently. It was
Okay.
Alex. You were the one who asked me.
No, I asked.
No, before this.
Yeah, I asked before this too.
Oh, you did? Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I
Jack,
have
you
like
back
a
me up.
bunch of
Jack, you
plates.
back
I'm
me
just. I got a bunch of plates to put. I'm sorry.
Hopefully, I think I fixed my
You already
issue.
set the plates down on the table. I'm not sure what you could be balancing, but you know.
I'm
Don't
sorry,
make me laugh
chat.
when I'm drinking water. All right.
Is there any echo now? Sorry, I'm trying to fix and play at the same time.
I mean,
sound
I don't hear an
It's
echo at all.
it's very muffled.
Yeah, you're
okay.
muffled now,
One
yeah.
second. I know what I did there. I'm sorry, chat. That
The
I keep making the
cameras are-
cameras. Yeah, that's when because the cameras are set to the parts on Discord. So if I move my Discord, like to go to the settings, the cameras flip. I know how to fix it for next time, but sorry, this is a learning experience for me.
I mean, it's our first episode. I
Yeah.
think and maybe they'll be a little more forgiving.
No, it needs to be perfect now.
So at that, when it's seeing them get their keys, Grandpa's gonna scoop up Grumbles, just plop him onto Oliphius' shoulder, and kind of.
Oh, he was
Pat him on
he
the
was
back.
going to be picking up Grumbles as he left.
I like to imagine that Luffus was going for it, and Grandpa just.
Yep, exactly.
So wait,
Right
are we
before-
splitting up or are we all going together?
I'm heading up to my room.
Oh right.
You young ones all need your rest. It's very important for growing children.
Before
Says that about everyone.
Everyone. I mean, you are all children, are you not?
I mean, technically, I'm no longer a child. I've been on this earth 19? Yeah, 19.
Thank you.
Calzarel, you are only 19 years old?
Yes.
Wow.
Goodness.
I mean, I'm only a year older than you, but what a baby.
Don't. Cal goes up to his room.
Grandpa gives a big yawn and says, "Well, after 386 years, you all look young to me. Let's go, Oliphius."
Oh, Oliphius is already gone.
Oh, wow.
Once he got Grumbles, he was out of there.
He just kind of like looks around, not seeing Oliphius, shrugs, and starts walking away. Good night, Caffriel. Good night, me.
Good night, Grandpa.
Good night, Mr. Albideatros.
And he gives like a little apron curtsy with his with what he's wearing, and walks off to the stairs.
Mihi will turn to Caffriel. What a strange pair.
Yeah. Have you ever
I
seen
like
exile people before?
I hadn't until I left my home, but after traveling before meeting you all, I've seen a couple. But this is the first time I've ever talked to them.
I've heard of them. I don't think I've ever seen them in person before.
They're certainly interesting. Some say that they're cold-blooded and that they need actually to get warmth from the sun, but that's ridiculous. What do you think we should turn in for the night?
Yeah, I might as well.
Alright, so everybody goes up to their rooms, and everyone has a pleasant morning. Well, a pleasant night. Pleasant sleep.
I'm gonna read my book before bed.
Okay. Are you gonna read your book, or are you going to
Just read my book. Read stories from it.
Okay.
Because that's what I do.
Olympius is gonna if there's
To something in my sleep.
if there's a window outside of his room.
There are windows
Olympius is-
outside, it's looking outside for everybody's rooms.
Yeah, Olympius is just gonna take a real not casual, but kind of concerned look outside of the window, knowing that we came here because of cultists. So he locks the door before he puts Grumbles up on a rafter. But yeah, then he goes to bed.
Kafrel, you say you're gonna do something?
I'm whispering in my sleep, in tongues.
Can I listen to the whispers?
Go ahead.
Roll
dude,
something
I
for
guess.
that? Okay, cool. Am I aware of them?
Ooh.
Make a perception check.
Can we lose the letter? Oh, there we go. I'm dumb.
20.
Yeah, you hear them.
But does she understand them? That's different.
And has she been doing this every night, or is this just like a tonight?
She would have probably been doing it every night.
And the same.
What
He-
language
stop
would this
listening.
be in? Oh, This would probably be.
It would probably.
You've got demons in the
Um,
brain. It might be infernal.
It's not infernal. It would be-
Abyssal?
No.
I'm
No.
trying.
I don't think it's a language anyone in this entire table reads or can understand.
Yeah.
Because just looking at the list of languages, I found the one I was probably. I don't think anyone. Does anyone here understand deep speech?
As far as I got is Aquan. Similar.
Yep.
but-
No one. Yeah.
Also,
No
I'm not in the room, so.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't understand.
Hey, we're all help. That's his. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, if she's been doing this every night, then Cal would have probably heard it at some point too.
Maybe, but I don't think Cal would care.
Yeah, you know
I've
she
actually
does
got
it-
I've actually got a question for you, Adam. The ram symbol that we've seen, is it made out of something, or is it something that's just kind of is it a written symbol that's on a lot of stuff, or is it like a patch? Is it made out of metal? What's
It looks like it's just it's either written or printed on whatever it's on. It doesn't look like it's made out of anything specific.
okay?
Cal wakes up super early. Cal wakes up with the sun, because he's of where he's from, and he'll take his breakfast super early by himself, and
Alright,
Now,
well,
here's
you
the
walk
question:
down
when
the
he
stairs.
wakes up, is his coif perfect, or is it messed up?
you
or
guys
does he have
would
to
have
spend time and
because you guys spent some time with him on the road. Cal, it's curly, and he takes some time in the morning to make himself presentable.
So you wake up early, but does that mean you come downstairs before everyone comes still?
Cal
Hey,
he just comes down for breakfast, and
Alright, so you come down for breakfast, and you see the person who owns the tavern. Say, "Hi, what can I do for you?"
I was told that with buying a room, I would receive a free breakfast. I was
Well,
aware.
yes, that's why the bar is closed right now, except for the people who stayed here.
Is breakfast ready, sir?
Or what do you want? I need to know.
Oh, I didn't know if it was like a buffet type
Oh, this ain't
thing?
no continental breakfast. You have to tell me.
Just some bacon and eggs, please, then.
All right. Anything to drink?
Milk.
All right. You see him write something down, and then like you see him like literally take the slip of paper and like put it down a hole in the floor.
What was that?
What?
You just... And Kyle, like, peers over the bar to try and see, the hole. That hole? You just sent the paper down a hole. What? Is the kitchen
Yeah,
down
I gotta
there?
tell him my kitchen. You want something?
Is the kitchen down there?
No, it's a magical wishing well that transports it from 50 miles away to her. Like, what do you think?
Kyle nods his head, and he goes and sits at a table far away from the bar.
Oliphius is the next to come down. And Grumbles is not with him at the moment, as he made sure to give Grumbles his breakfast next to the windowsill, so the chameleon could get some sun. But he goes down and he approaches the bar as he goes.
Oi,
Good.
what do you like?
Good sir, if I could get some eggs and sausage if you have it.
Okay. Anything to drink?
Just water will be fine.
All right. You see him take the
Thank
slip
you
of
very
paper and put it in a hole on the ground.
What a wonderful idea!
Yeah, it clears up more space for people to sit.
Absolutely, it's probably well insulated down there as well.
Yes, it is. Ah, see? And he looks over at Cal like, this one gets it!
He waves at Cal.
Kyle just... and goes back to sitting there.
He'll take a seat at the bar if he can to try to converse with this wonderful gentleman.
Alright.
Caffriel comes down.
And,
Kyle came up to the bar since he saw that Olifis sat there.
Mihi would probably wake up at the same time as Cat.
Her hair is kind of messed up. She hasn't braided it yet, and her hood is down. And her weapon is still up in the room because she's just getting breakfast right now. And she sort of like still like bags under her eyes, like stumbles up to the bar.
Alex, what would Oliphius be talking to the bar, the tavern?
Oh,
owner about?
he would be asking him about any adventures that he's run into, how many adventures he's run into, and if so, like what stories has he heard from them, what trials and tribulations have they gone through, stuff like that.
general tales.
General tales,
General
yeah.
sales.
So, Mihi, I'm assuming that you would probably come down with Kath as well.
She'd have to wait a little bit while longer because Mihi's hair is like a giant, just like poofed up ball in the morning, and she doesn't want to come downstairs without her bangs in place, so she'd take time to do her hair and make sure it's all nice over the side.
That's fair. So, Kath, as you start walking up at the bar, you hear, oh, you hear one story, you hear them all. Just people, killing things, goblins mostly. Really. Yeah, it's no surprise. I don't even listen no more. Hey, what can I get for you?
Coffee, black, and something greasy, please.
All right. He writes it down. Puts it in the hole.
That's
You look a little bit tired there. You good night's sleep?
I mean, I slept, but I don't know. I keep having weird dreams.
You should probably go talk to one of those clerics. They might help you out there.
Noted. And then she looks at Oliphius and she's like, "Is it true that you're cold-blooded? You have to like sit in the sun."
Well, no, that's more the lizard folk.
Are you a lizard folk?
No, I am a Yuan-Ti. We're similar, but we have more, I guess you would call it human features?
I get
Kyle has positioned himself so that he's at the end of the bar next to Oliphius, and he leans over. She's always like this.
Feldspar kind of goes like, kind of gives you like a weird like glance, like, alright.
Like, why are these people including me in the conversation?
I'm just the bartender. I don't give a shit.
At this point, Grandpa would wake up and he would head on over to Oliphius's room and knocks on the door loudly and go, "Olivius, time to wake up." And he doesn't hear an answer. He kind of looks both ways in the hallway and then snaps his fingers. I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy and make my voice 3 times louder. "Olivius, it's time to wake up, young one!"
You all, like the three of you downstairs suddenly hear this booming from upstairs, and Mihi, you hear this booming from like maybe 3 doors down.
I'm gonna poke my head out of the door and see Grandpa, assumingly.
And then
You
he
see a
knocks on
couple
the door
other people
again.
kind of poke their head out. You see one kind of like surly half-orc like, "Oi! I'm trying to sleep in here!
"Oh, my apologies!" Still like
Shut up!" and slams the door.
It's still thaumaturgized.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
And then he's gonna tap his staff and decast, I guess, dispel thaumaturgy. Still waiting at the door though. He's gonna test. He's gonna test.
Mr. Aldeatros, think that he could have gone downstairs already? Maybe?
Oh, I mean, he's a heavy sleeper.
Ah, I see. That would make sense then.
Did Olivius come up?
No, he's like at the bottom of the stairs going, "Grandpa, I'm already awake."
Oh, well, I guess you're right. And he'll kind of, jog downstairs.
I'll join it.
Like, he's
Yeah, really heavy footfall.
He'd be really heavy. He'd be like,
Yeah,
what?
he's what did I write? I think he's about like 350
at
pounds.
least 350.
Yeah, I think he's 350.
Yeah, you're at 320.
Yeah, 320. Yeah.
Yeah,
So just
he's just
not.
boom, 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 like as he's like kind of hurrying down the stairs a little bit.
Oh, there you are.
I'll go after him.
I thought you would have been in your room. Up early today, huh? Oh, ready for the day. Very good, very good.
Yes, ready to, I guess, either leave or find out what is going on here. I prefer leaving.
Well, we haven't even.
No, we need to find out.
We haven't
what's
even
going
set
on.
up my table today, and I mean, of course, we have a mystery. Ooh, that's exciting.
I would rather not get roped up in such matters.
I think you're
Think
kind of
of the
already in
data.
it.
A good deed, and now we should just move on.
But we
Give
just
the-
got here.
Oliphius, have you ever studied this kind of magic before? This sort of evil magic, rather.
Magic itself isn't inherently evil, only the
But this
people
kind
in
of evil,
specific ways.
the demon summoning kind.
No, I have
Then
not.
think of the data! We'll ask the guys about the magic before we kill them for your data.
Killing. I would rather not kill.
No, not kill. Quietly get them to not do what they're doing anymore.
I guess this would be the light murder that Mihi was talking about.
Yes, we
I guess it does exist.
Kyle is rubbing his temples, like. The help would be appreciated.
Isn't the pursuit of knowledge worth it, Oliphius?
Feldspar interrupts your guys' conversation. Like, now, before you guys continue, what do you two want?
The special.
You know what?
Do you know
I
what
like-
it is?
It must be good. It's special.
All right, So that's to eat. What do you want to drink?
Come now. The
Kind of shakes his
special.
head. He's like, Roland told me about you.
Good things, I hope.
Sure. He just writes it down, puts it down the hole. And you?
I too would like to partake of the special meal.
All right. And to drink?
The special drink.
All right. Puts it down the hole. It's about this time that Cal's order comes up, and so you hear from coming from underneath. Like, oh, and he bends over, opens up a latch, and he pulls out a plate and puts it down.
Cal doesn't even care about the latch. He sees the food get down, and he just dives in. No, it doesn't. He's very focused on what he's doing right now.
So
Shortly after that one, he goes down, same thing, goes and grabs and puts down the plate in front of Olympius.
and he goes over, puts out a napkin, lays it across his lap, goes through all of the fineries before he finally starts eating, but very slow.
And
Is he okay? She asks to Grandpa.
Oh yes, he's a polite boy.
Okay.
hey, I think I've got an idea. We can, because you said, and he rubs it on his armor, but then realizes oh, and wipes it off the armor. So you said that you're a merchant, right?
Oh yes, for a very long time now.
And you said you saw this symbol that you found related to shipping containers, a shipping company.
Yes, shipping caravans.
So why don't we use that to go talk to the shipping companies? And he points at Grandpa.
Oh,
And if you would be so inclined to, I don't want to impose. I mean, I guess I kind of operated under the assumption that you were going to be helping us with this.
oh, I don't mind.
And then he goes back to scarfing his food down.
Grandpa, this will probably affect our bottom line if you're wishing to sell or wishing to do the investigation instead of the selling our wares.
Oh, I might be able to do both. I could possibly sell my entire current set of affairs here with this shipping company and investigate at the same time.
It is also worth noting that we received a fairly sizable reward for the last time that we helped.
We didn't. And we stopped the kidnapping.
A light kidnapping.
We
Maybe
saw.
if
Yes.
it had been more of a kidnapping, we may have gotten more.
I guess we should have let it turn into an actual kidnapping instead of a light kidnapping.
Well, that,
I think technically we got paid for solving a murder more than solving a kidnapping, but they didn't know it was murder at the time. And it goes back to
Solving
scarfing.
multiple murders.
specifics. But yes, I have my setup stand, and we could inquire further of this shipping company, and maybe do a little business and do a little bit of investigation here.
So out of game, or out of character, are we gonna be okay with splitting the party? Are we gonna
I'm okay with it.
I'm down to clown.
Oh yeah, session 0s and session 1 splitting the party.
But sorry.
Oh no, you go ahead.
Once Oliphius is done with eating his meal, he casts prestidigitation to clean the plate before he hands it back to the dwarf.
You know they do that down in the kitchen, right? And
He
Alice-
he kind of glares at you a little bit, well, thank you very much. Looks back over you. I appreciate you cleaning it. And he looks over at Caps. Are you going to eat your food, lass?
Oh, I didn't know I got my food out of character.
Yeah, I assumed you were so engrossed in what's
Basically,
going
everybody
on.
got our food, pretty much.
Oh, what was the special?
Oh yeah, that's
So
what
hold
was
on.
it?
All right, hold on. Give me. God, jeez.
Okay.
All right.
Day-old stew.
Okay, so Calf, you kind of finally have been look down, and you see it's kind of like a weird. One could describe it as a salad made out of soft bacon, sausage. for you, Grandpa. You notice that the special drink is the amber ale,
Perfect.
and the special appears to be some sort of like kind of like a big bowl of like scrambled eggs, potatoes, bacon, sausage, all kind of like cooked together in a kind of like an ale broth.
So let's just mash everything that's breakfast related together.
That's
And
good.
ale.
An ale.
Cooked in an ale broth.
Grandpa just takes the bowl and like loudly slurping the whole thing down.
Is there a heel of bread I could have to help soak this up?
Hey, sure. Why not? Kind of like goes underneath and grabs like what looks like a kind of like a French bread roll, and then he puts it down and it makes it like an audible like clunk.
Oh,
Takes out a knife. He goes. There you go.
thank you.
Puts it down back underneath the counter.
Well, you are enjoying your breakfast. I'm going to go get ready to go and figure out something about this shipping company.
Capriel happily eats her food and like drinks the coffee. And has suddenly become like very interested in Olefius because he seems like. Can I roll insight to see if he seems scared? Because he's been giving off some weird vibes about like.
I mean,
like,
you can roll
oh.
insight.
Yeah, I like out of character. I've been getting weird vibes, but in character, I don't know if I have.
I mean, that's when we roll insight, and then depending on how you roll, then I'll ask Olefius.
Hey,
I'll ask him questions.
that wasn't very good.
No. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get a read off this guy. I mean, like, you just met him yesterday, and it hasn't even been a whole 24 hours. And you also said you've never met reptilians, so, like, I don't know, maybe this is, like, their natural way of going about it, and Grandpa's the weird one.
True.
It's possible.
You know, just throwing it out there. Could be, maybe.
Awesome.
And Grandpa's gonna slam his bowl that's empty, ate his food in a matter of moments, and says, "Oh, Olefius, I'll come with you as well. We gotta set up the stand and eventually find out what's going on with this shipping company. Maybe we won't even set up today. Maybe just a little bit of networking."
You're the experienced one, Grandpa. I will follow your lead.
Well, all right.
If you wouldn't mind waiting for us.
Oh, I mean, of course.
Could you guys be ready quickly? And Cal is in armor. With sword,
Yeah,
shield,
Grandpa
bag is packed.
got up ready too. He sleeps in his clothes just normal. He basically just face plants on the bed, gets up. So
He's ready to go.
Wait, he doesn't
Capriel
recede
just,
into
like,
his shell?
no.
Capriel just like starts walking up the stairs while she's braiding her hair, and she's like, "Just let me grab my scythe, and I'll be right down."
And Olefius is going to be coming back down with Grumbles on his shoulder and a backpack on his back.
As
He's
she's
gonna.
passing him on the stairs, she's like, "Okay, is that one cold-blooded?"
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm never gonna get this right. And then she just like goes into her room and grabs the scythe.
I'm gonna lean over to Calzarel at the bar and be like, "I think one of us should go with the pair of them. Maybe they'll find out something. Keep an eye on."
I kind of meant that we should all go.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to go with your idea still. I'm sorry.
No, my
Calf
idea was
comes back down
terrible.
with the scythe. I bet.
It's about this point, like, you see other people, like, coming down and, like, starting to get breakfast, too.
Sir, and Cal turns to the bartender.
Yep.
Crap. Never mind. And Cal getting, like,
Something
flustered,
got to your tongue, son.
starts to blush. No, nothing's... Do you recognize? Do you know a shipping company with this logo? And he takes the letter out of his pocket, but he like folds it over so it just shows the symbol and shows it to the bartender.
He picks it up.
I don't hand it to him. I like hold it so he can't take it, but he can see it.
So he goes to reach for it. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I pull it back a little bit.
If you want me to look at it, I'm gonna have to see it. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be.
And I'll move it a little bit closer to him then.
All right. When it gets closer, it's like, let's see. I've seen them around before, but they don't deliver here.
Do you know where their office is?
No, but you'll probably want to go talk to the shipping companies.
Where?
Over in the center of town.
In the center of town.
Yeah.
Which way to the center of town?
You want to head a bit east from here.
Does the center of town have like a name, so if we get lost we can ask somebody like, hey, looking for such and such place? Or if I say the center of town, everybody will know where we're going?
I mean, if you tell people to ask what the shipping companies are, they'll tell you. We get a lot of shipping around here. You know, being in the middle of the kingdom.
I should have thought of that. Thank you. I will put the letter back in my pouch and...
He looks over to Lifius like, can you believe this one?
I do not know him well enough to say one way or the other just yet.
I know him, and I've traveled with him, and I think he's very trustworthy. I believe him.
That's not, alright.
I agree that he's an idiot.
Thank you. Thank you very... See, she gets it too. She like...
Alright, come on, we've got work to do. Can't spend all morning eating breakfast.
Alright, get out. Now, what do you want? And he starts pointing at other people.
Alright, so
And
leaving the
Grandpa's
tavern then.
already just by the door waiting for everybody to be ready.
Kath, bounces up with some new spring in her step now that she's had the coffee and, heads over there.
Alright, so I guess we all head on out.
Let's go.
Are you all heading into the, you're all heading to the shipping companies, yeah?
Yeah, I imagine, Cal would
Certainly
share
sounds
that
like
with
it.
us and
Yeah,
point us in the
you
right
guys
direction.
probably heard it.
Yeah, I mean, the bartender did talk to me directly, so yeah, I probably heard it.
Oh, just one moment, and he goes back around to the back of the inn and comes back around, pulling by the reins a donkey that is pulling a cart. All right, ready to go.
Cal gets actually kind of excited to see.
Nice ass.
Oh, thank you.
Cal blushes at that. What's its name?
Oh, this here's Old Dahlia.
Could you describe old Dahlia to them?
Yeah, so Old Dahlia is a donkey, and it is she's a very kind of, if you went to go ask for some beasts of burden, you look at the pricing of each one. This one was definitely on the very end, as far as kind of looking like it can't carry too much. This cart is alone with not too many wares on it. Even is probably a little much even for it, and but steadfastly still pulls along as if it was nothing. But kind of shaky legs a little bit.
So, how does the how did the streets look as in this morning?
So, I should realize I probably should change the music. So you guys notice as you guys are going. Oh no, I don't have. I just realized I don't have town music. That is
Town
what's it we're looking
soundtrack
for?
1.
Open
No,
source.
I have town music. I don't have one that's it's free.
Open source.
Thank you. Oh, let's see how this goes. All right then. So, as you guys are walking through town, it's kind of early. It is kind of in the morning still. So the people who are mostly out are people opening their shops, setting up. Turn down. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, is this open?
This is not.
Then Twitch will mute it.
Will it? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
In the recording afterwards, when people try and watch it, this entire segment will be muted.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing that was. You guys know that.
Sorry for
First
interrupting
stream
you,
fun
but
time.
No. It's fine. That's very important
I
information.
accidentally had music on in the background once, like from another room, and it recognized it, and it was like it just muted my entire video.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna have to get some more music then for
So,
our.
Ray.
I would just play the other music you had on.
Yeah, it's fine.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, this works.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. So, as you guys travel down the road, like I said, you see a bunch of people, like setting up shops. Some of the early risers going in to get some of the morning supplies. Mostly humans in this town. You do every once in a while see some dwarves, a couple elves, maybe a gnome or two. But everything else, like, is not. You don't really see too much, especially like this early in the morning. And as you guys get closer and closer to the center of town, it starts to be more and more busy. Not terribly busy, where it's like like a midday market would be, but it's still like it's busy for a morning. You guys get about to the center of town, heading due east, and you guys notice that there is a really big building. Off a little bit further than where you are, and this building seems to have a line coming from it. There's
Like
a sign on it.
Like a line of people waiting to get
Line
in.
of people, yes. Line of people waiting to get in. And then you see like carts on the other end of the building coming in from that angle. And the sign you see the You okay there?
Yeah, sorry, just dying a little.
Alright, don't die. I love you.
Light murder.
Just a light murder.
That's what it is.
It says the Multhier Shipping Corporation.
Does it have a logo?
No, it does not.
Well, the line's a little long. I don't see any point in you waiting around with us, Grandpa, if you and Olympius did want to sell some stuff.
Actually, I may be able to get us jump past the line, and I'll head towards where the carts are, and I'll bring old Dahlia around with me, and kind of gesture you all to follow.
I'll definitely follow.
Yeah.
Follow.
Are you going to the?
So you said there's a line of people, and then on the other side, there's like a bunch of carts coming and going.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm heading towards there rather than waiting in line.
Alright, so as you start heading up to where the carts are, someone comes up and says, "So, what can I help you with?"
Oh,
this
just
person?
looking. So who would I see? Is it someone who looks like they work here? Do they have an emblem on them?
Yeah, so as you walk up, you see someone what appears to be in kind of like what looks like to be somewhat fancy clothing, but this has clearly been worn as well. One would describe it kind of like a, those like chef jackets where it's got like buttons on each side and buttons up from another end. Kind of like that, except it's blue. And it has what looks like a wagon being pulled by a horse, like a tiny small symbol on their left side.
Oh, so he works at Wells Fargo.
Yep, you got yep.
Okay.
No, it's blue, so it's Bell's Wargo.
Adam,
Oh.
I think has a question.
Oh yes,
Can I smell for demons?
sure. As you're kind of like focusing to kind of get some sort of infernal abyssal presence, you don't really feel anything currently at the moment.
Okay.
This is a big city, so it's not back in Colville or a small town. It was much easier to kind of pinpoint. This is a big city, so you're gonna have to.
How big are we talking about here? Are we talking like? Give me a a comparison to like something here in the States, I guess.
Or like, do they have like a royal nobility here? Is that how big it is, or
a what?
like a royal nobility, like a a castle, like a keep, someone who's like the duke of this area? Is it big enough to warrant a small government?
Or on the north end of the city.
Wait, what?
Say that one more time.
They would have
Keep.
a keep
Okay.
up on the north end of the city.
So it's big
Does
enough
it-
to warrant a small like governing group.
Does it
Yeah.
have like a duke or?
Yeah.
Which
Probably a lord of some kind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which family?
I'm
Which,
gonna hide.
Roll a history check.
I got it. Hopefully.
Um,
I think that's gonna be a 14.
Wait, can I roll too?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, you can roll two.
Would I
That was
have
the only two people
advantage?
rolling. I'm gonna say no, just based off of the background stuff.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
14.
And this is history.
Yeah.
There's a little star next to it.
Means you have
That
the
means you have
proficiency,
proficiency.
remember?
Do I have to do anything with that?
Nope,
Nope.
it
I
automatically
should
does
Look,
the
you
math
drag
for
the little
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you grab the number, it should do it automatically. Yeah, there you go.
15.
So 14 and 15.
You guys don't know the name specifically of the Duke who would be here, but especially Calf, you would know that this kind of city would require one, something this size. But you don't know exactly the name of this person. It's either because maybe you never learned this person's name.
I
maybe
wasn't
you weren't-
paying attention.
Yeah, maybe you weren't paying
I
attention.
definitely wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. And Cal, you didn't really grow up. You didn't really do the whole political thing too much. The one lord you know is the one from your
Yep.
hometown.
Okay.
I pull my hood down more, and I'm like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna just call me something else today, like Anna or Mina or anything but Cafriel, okay?"
Grandpa gives her kind of a weird look and greets the man in front of him and says, "Hello, my name is Albedeatros Rexingtram, and you are? I'm sure someone who works here at this fine establishment."
Well, yes. My name is Hubert.
Well, hello, Hubert, and I give him a two-handed handshake, kind of encompassing his entire hand.
You literally cup his whole, maybe even part of like his forearm, and like he's like shaking it up as you shake it. It's like, it's good to meet you too. So, what can I do for you? He like kind of tries to pull his hand back a little bit.
And yeah, let's go. Business, actually. I am a merchant here and coming to this town, and I see that you all work in shipping wares, and I have quite the set of wares here, and I was hoping possibly to talk to your supervisor, or perhaps any of the other merchants that work for you under your umbrella.
Okay. So that means, are you looking for someone in specific, or literally just anything, or?
Oh, I would like to talk to anybody who works under the shipping company. Any group or merchant that's affiliated. Someone I can talk to, maybe sell my wares or make some connections. You know how business is.
Hearing
All
this,
right,
Cal is going to kind of whisper over to Aphelius. Aphelius, what was the name of that company that had this symbol again?
Olivia.
Olithus. Sorry.
Oliphius.
Olithus.
And it is the Rolling Ram Shipping Company.
We've heard very good things about the Rolling Ram Shipping Company. Cal will, like, shout into the conversation, I guess.
And then like he looks like he's about to say something, and kind of like shakes up and like looks over. He's like, well, the Rolling Ram Shipping Company is kind of new, at least to these parts. They said that they've been in business for over 30 years, but we've never heard of them. So if you want to talk to one of them, you might have to wait a couple of days. It looks like by my registry, they've been out of town for maybe 5 days. They did say they wouldn't be on too long, so if you want to leave your name with us,
Do they
definitely
not
get
have
that forwarded to them.
do they not have a base of operations around here? I mean, if they're new
No,
to the
not
area,
here. Like I said, they're kind of new, at least to this area.
well, I am as well. That's why I would be most interested to see how a new startup is happening here, as it will be for myself.
So would you like to leave your company's name with us, or?
Oh, of course. It's the Chortling Tortle.
Right, and he starts writing it down. All right. Do you have some sort of place I can find you here, or maybe I can? Where can I find you?
The Amber Ale Tavern. They'll have my name.
Oh, okay. He writes that down. So are you looking for a permit to sell in the city right now, or are you waiting to talk to Rolling Ram?
Oh yes, that'd be great. Let's get that going too.
All right. So with that, it kind of flips through a couple pages. You might want to go head down in here. I'll leave the cart, obviously. Go down the third hallway, take a left, and then a right.
All right.
All right.
And
If I may ask, what do the Rolling Ram Shipping Company seem to focus on?
I don't know if I can disclose that information to you. We are a business, and confidentiality is one of our main priorities.
As are we, as you can see, and we're looking to see if our businesses can cooperate. You want me to roll persuasion?
Yeah, I want you to roll persuasion.
Okay.
Here we go.
And 11!
Oh, wow, you're a really good
Plus
person.
7 modifier.
Yeah, that's a good persuasion,
Yeah.
but that's not enough. He goes, if you want to know, you're going to have to ask them. I don't feel comfortable kind of giving that information out. It's my job. I have a living,
Well, at the very least, could you give me possibly a name of who I can talk to when we do see them in town?
Yes. If you do see them, it says through my records that the person who's in charge is a Theobald.
Theobald.
Theobald Galliana.
Can you spell that last name?
Galiena.
You.
Should also probably talk at some point about who's going to be official group note taker.
I mean, y'all could take notes.
I'm
I don't
taking
care.
notes. On
I mean,
that
I'm
part.
taking.
I'm taking individual
I
notes.
just
I'm
always
taking-
assume that Will is. The
I definitely am,
bookkeeper.
but yeah, everybody should
Okay.
take any individual notes you need.
I
Will is
haven't been
always
taking
the
notes
team
because
book.
I just assumed
I definitely
that
do overall notes, but if everybody wants to keep like their own ones, obviously.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm keeping notes as like a journal, so
Yeah.
I only keep
And
notes
so,
of
Grandpa
scene sets.
takes out like a little book that has just a lot of names on it. Obviously, like business, kind of a business book, and he writes that one and goes, "Thank you. I'll be just a moment." He kind of says over his shoulder to the rest of you guys, and he's gonna go off by himself and go get this permit just in case.
Cal will take the reins of.
And- Oh no, I gotta take her with me, is what he said.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you all can go in like this. It's not like it's a one
Oh,
person.
business is boring. Let the kids go have fun.
I mean, all right then.
Is inside, will they give the location where the chortling turtle will be placed amongst the marketplace, or will we
Yes,
be able
that is
to
something
decide?
that will be discussed. Yes.
Okay, well, there goes what I was hoping to do in finding a good spot.
I mean, if we let anybody go and find a spot, then there'd be people blocking entrances.
I see
yeah.
your point.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
we also
in
like,
that
maybe we'll lean
case-
over and be like, maybe we could ask people in the line if they've had done business with the Ram company.
I guess we could do that. If that's one idea.
In that case, Grandpa, I will see you later. I have some business to attend to.
Oh yes, you all play nice. I'll be back soon. And he's gonna leave with what's his name? Hubert.
And Oliphius is going to hang moving back, close to the line itself, but where there's kind of merchants forming, he's gonna start heading that way to the early birds that got here first.
Okay. So you kind of start. Roll me an investigation,
Me or Olivius?
Olivius.
Can I assist?
Sure. Since she's assisting you, you can roll
Yeah, I'll
at
just be
advantage.
helping.
Cool.
I'm Miki. Helping.
I'm Jarvis. I'm helping.
20!
Helped a lot.
Wow. All right then.
Wow.
Wow. So yeah, kind of talking around. You get the understanding that there are a couple people who have kind of talked and like had business with the Rolling Ram shipping company. It seems that the Rolling Ram mostly like does like weapons and armor, kind of stuff like that. Looks like they mainly pertain to things that would benefit like adventurers.
So they're a competitor of the Shortling Turtle.
I suppose so.
More to put them out of business.
I mean, to be fair, the short. Well, no, Mihi wouldn't know that. Never mind. Mihi thinks that.
That's
All right.
not a character.
I mean, I don't want to assume also that's not my character's thing, but my assumption is that the Chorin Turtle is more of a general, kind of like a general store, not pertaining to one specific thing.
Tools, weapons, armor, but mostly simple goods.
Yeah.
Well, they're off talking to those merchants. I'm assuming Cal and Caphael kind of just like awkwardly standing by the door. They watch them walk off. Why do I need to call you something different than normal?
Because this town has nobility. They have a duke. They have a president.
Lots of towns have nobility.
Yeah, this is more of a city. Yeah, I mean, it's not just nobility. It's like there's high class, and then there's actual nobility with like names and like families, and like they govern.
I think I get what you're saying. It's not my thing.
They have like a little castle here
Mm-hmm.
to govern the city because it's so big.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I can see the castle. I've been to one actually.
Mhm.
Oh.
So
So
I don't know their names because I never paid attention, but
pay
you know-
attention in what? Why I don't know. I don't think any of us know their names. What do you mean by
they might know mine.
your name, Raphael Grimsby? Why would they know you?
He doesn't know her last name, only me he does.
Oh yeah, you didn't tell me. Crap.
Yeah.
Why you're a wanderer? Why would they know your name?
I'm not a wanderer.
Then are you a murderer? Did you kill somebody?
No.
Is that why this?
Actually, it was self-defense, but that's not why. I'm valuable to them, so just pretend I'm not me, and they might not recognize me if someone doesn't use. But I'm still gonna just.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would you value? Okay, you don't have to tell me. I'll try and not call you by your name, or we can just not talk to each other. But
God damn it. What?
I think with that, I think that's a good place for us to take our break. We'll pick
Okay.
up Grandpa talking with the people after our break. So with that, Ethan, do you know how to mute the microphones from OBS?
mute them on your end. I will make a quick like be right back thing, and for the like if you just mute him on your end, I'll make another scene to put up on the channel real quick. Sorry.
How can I mute the microphones on my
Mute
end?
yourself in Discord.
So I guess all of us mute
Yeah,
ourselves.
just everybody mute
Yeah.
yourself.
Wait, are we going on break?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna take a break.
How long?
I just went to the bathroom.
Probably just a couple minutes.
Okay.
I'd imagine.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
maybe at most 10-minute break.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll make something real quick
Cool.
then for chat to stare at while we're gone.
Cool.
All right. So So chat, we're gonna be taking about a 10-minute break. After that, we will all come back. So yeah.
Like if you just mute him on your end, I'll make another scene to put up on the channel real quick. Sorry.
How can I mute the microphones on my
Mute
end?
yourself in Discord.
So I guess all of us mute ourselves.
Just everybody mute yourself.
Wait, are we going on break?
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a break.
How long?
I just went to the bathroom.
Probably just a couple minutes. I'd imagine.
Yeah, I would say maybe at most 10-minute break.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll make something real quick then for chat to stare at while we're gone.
All right. So yeah.
Adam, can you hear me? Good to know that people can hear me.
Oh yeah.
Apparently,
I guess-
chat can hear us if you don't mute yourself.
Oh, I'm muted.
You're not muted right now.
Well, now, yeah.
I was muted for most of the break. Adam's muted. He's talking, but I can't hear anything.
Yeah, I can't hear Adam either.
There we go. See, I think I'm doing this voice meter banana thing. I can have the music go on when we're in break, and yeah. But now people can hear me, so apparently.
Yep, they can hear us.
They
Yeah, I'm
can't
good.
see me
He'll
though.
be here like in a second, so I may have to jump up, but we'll go ahead and get started.
They can't see me eating bread.
Kitty!
I'm curious who some of these people are. I don't recognize some of these people.
I recognize.
I'm guessing the Amber Mooney person's your friend.
It might be actually.
I do want to set up back to everybody good to go.
Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. I know who this is. Okay. I'm ready to go. Everyone ready to go?
I'm good. I'll just have to jump off the pizza.
Okay.
God, that cat's a terror.
I'm sorry, Mooney. I'm sorry. All right. As I finished eating the bread I was eating, we're back. Stream got to see me choke for a second. That was fun, I guess, for them.
I mean, it's always fun to see you in pain.
Both physically and metaphorically.
So, everyone's ready?
Oh,
Yep.
I was muted that whole time.
I
I was asking who Amber Mooney is, and I was like,
Oh, Amber Mooney's a friend of mine from a different Discord server.
oh.
I guess technically they're mostly Libby's friend, but
I invited some of my
Mace.
friends from the Harry Potter server.
oh, nice.
Men
So-
are all work friends.
I invited a lot of people. So, we come back. Albadea Tross, Ruxing Trim.
Yes.
You follow the guide that that the man told you, and you come to this door. This door has what appears to be a nameplate on it, made out of brass, and it is labeled "New Merchants Inquiries."
I gesture on and say, "Yep, that's me." Not exactly a new merchant, but new to the area. And I just kind of ramble on to this poor guide.
I was gonna say, I assume you're You're saying this to yourself since the door is closed?
No, someone was guiding me to the door. You said.
No, he told you to. He told you to go. He didn't. He wasn't going to guide you there.
Oh, I think you said a guide was leading me down. Oh, okay,
No,
never mind.
as you were.
Knock, knock. Hello.
You hear a voice. Come in. As you open the door, you come inside and you see what appears to be a small office with a big portly man with a big kind of like a kind of curly mustache that kind of comes out this way, long kind of gray hair that kind of furls out this way, and he appears to be wearing a maroon suit with a blue vest underneath and a yellow tie. He's like, "How can I help you?"
Oh, hello. I'm El Bedeatros Rexing Tram, and I give him another, like kind of like the last guy, the big two-hand shake on his hands.
Ah, it's a pleasure to meet you.
And you might be?
Ah, well, my name is Claribold.
Well, nice to meet you, Claribold. I'm looking here to get a permit for selling in this here fine city. The Chortling Turtle, you may have heard of us, traveling merchantry. I'm with an associated merchants guild. I'm looking to just get a permit here for just the day.
That's for the day. So you don't want to rent a building then?
Oh no, anywhere in the town square is fine.
No, okay. So with that, we're going to need. He kind of starts fiddling around with papers. He's like, okay. Well, we're gonna need you to fill out these papers right here.
All right, whatever it takes.
How much just bureaucratic stuff. Make sure you don't sell anything illegal. The ability of the town guard suspect anything, they can go through your stuff. You know.
Of course. So he starts filling them out, and he's while he's kind of filling out the papers. I'm also looking to do some business with some of the other merchants around here. I heard a few startups in this area, and the Rolling Ram contacted me and wished to do business with me. Do you have? I heard they started shipping here as well. What do you know of them that I could maybe put my cart where theirs is? I don't know how you do the setup around here.
Well, they rent a space from us. It doesn't appear that they're here now, but they kept the rental space. But if you want to talk to them, they are currently out of town, but they should arrive very shortly. They come by every 7 or 8 days.
Oh well, that sounds perfect. Is there a spot nearby where they are set up?
Well, the shops are kind of all over. The one that they have is a little more on the outskirts of town. I can and he starts kind of going through his papers again. The closest one nearby is probably 4 or 5 blocks away. Does that work for you, or?
That should be fine. Well, and can finish kind of going through the papers.
All right.
If you could please, on my map, and I take out a map, and where I am and where my hopefully future business partners might be.
I mean, we don't we have records on where the routes are, but I don't know exactly where they're going to be.
Don't you take logs of where the?
Well, yeah, but we usually take the logs when they come back. We don't take the logs on the way out. Plans change. If someone were to ask me and I told you they're going to be in one place and something changed, then that'd be on me. If they weren't there when you were there. So we usually take good records on when they come back, and then after a good maybe year or 2, we can give you a general idea on where they might be. But for now, we don't like to give out information on where they are.
Not even their current setup of shop, but they may not be here, but where they could be returning to sell their wares.
Well, I told you we have a rented space on the outskirts of town, kind of in
Yes,
the
I'm looking
southwestern area.
for that space to put in my map so I could perhaps talk
Okay.
with them when they
So,
return.
sorry, I kind of misunderstood what you were
Oh,
saying.
no, it's very fine, very
No,
fine.
okay. So with that, okay. So he kind of looks at your map.
Oh,
See, they're right about here, and he like kind of points at a spot in the southwestern area of the town. It doesn't seem like to be the most respectable area based off of when you guys came in, but
okay.
that's where their shop is.
Okay. And I'm gonna just mark that with like an X, and then where my spot is also with an X.
Yeah, he's like, right here. It's about maybe 4 blocks north from where you put your X for them.
And you said it was southwest?
Yeah, the space that they rented is kind of southwest of the city, and they put you about maybe 4 blocks up from that spot.
Okay. Alright, and I'll just kind of a little bit of small talk, but I'm just gonna finish my paperwork and kind of get out of there.
Well, it's a pleasure to do business. If you have any kind of inquiries or complaints, you always go to the department. Their department is 5 doors down to the right, and then you take a left after that.
Of course, shouldn't be any problems that I foresee, but thank you for your time.
Oh, it's
Another
no
big
problem.
handshake,
He
a big
shakes your
smile,
hand.
and he heads out on his way.
On your way out, you see this kind of like Weasley little man kind of come in as you leave.
I'm gonna do a perception to see like or I guess insight. Does he seem like, I don't know, does he seem like really off to the people compared to the people that I've been talking to? I guess
Yeah,
here.
roll an insight check.
Okay. Nope.
You're like, that's weird. Oh well. You just keep going.
Yep. I'm gonna just keep heading on my way, just happily, kind of jauntily heading over back to where I came from, effectively. Or back
So
where I
as
entered.
as you go back to the cart, you see Caffrael and Cal kind of sitting there in pretty much silence.
Or are we still
And by the time
arguing?
would you still be arguing?
I don't know, would we?
Knowing you two, yes.
Probably. I'm trying to explain a thing to you, but it's hard because I don't want to explain the entire thing because that would kind of defeat the point of the thing I'm trying to explain. Oh, nobody come there.
Yep. Grandpa steps in and he says, "You look like you're having lots of fun. Where are Mihi and Olivius?"
As about this time, they kind of show up.
Oh, they're back.
Man, that one
What
guy
timing?
I have our spot to set up, Olivius, and I hand Olivius the map, and then I kind of lean closer to the rest of the group. And I know where the rolling rams are set up. They're not here, but maybe could give us something to look for.
Do you know if they store their wares here?
I don't know.
We haven't really gotten anything that will give us any general leads, aside from the fact that we know that they sell weaponry. They would be a great ally to the shortening turtle. That only matters.
Aren't you supposed to be some sort of paladin?
That only matters if they.
What is happening?
Don't explain this out of character. Explain it in character.
Did she ask that in character or out of?
In character.
Saying life is to make sure these people up is.
They can't hear you. That's what I'm hearing from.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can hear you just fine, but chat's saying that they can't hear
Try
Cal.
speaking just a little louder. See if
I
that
know what I
helps.
did. I fixed it.
Okay.
So,
Rewind.
yeah, rewind. Sorry, chat. Technical difficulties. As I was saying, as I'm going to say, Vivine teaches us that life is to be protected, and this life is the most precious of all things. I'm not going to let a few windows and doors stand in my way to make sure that this company is on the up and up. I'd rather break in and find out we were wrong, and then break in and find out we were wrong, than not break in and find out we were right.
What shall we?
Well, what I was thinking with this information that we've got, and you have a business to run. What time of day is it now?
About this time, I'd say probably around maybe like 11 o'clock.
Okay.
You and Olympius can go get your shop set up.
Well, I believe we can do this along the way. My shop is further out than theirs is. It's on the way. We can go there first.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, yours is on the way to theirs.
Yep.
Oh, it is? Okay.
So
Yeah.
what I'm thinking is, you and Olympius will take you to your spot. We'll help you get the shop set up. You can sell some stuff. Myself, and if anybody wishes to join me, we will go. It's almost lunchtime. We'll grab us some food, we'll eat, and then we'll go scope the place out. And tonight, after the sun goes down, we'll do some extracurricular activities.
Sex?
No, God, why? Everything with you. And Cal turns a deep, dark shade of green.
You're the one who phrased it wrong.
I didn't know how. The first time I ever broke.
Your ability to change the color of Calzarel's face is astounding.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
We'll head towards our spot. Grandpa, if you would lead the way.
Of course. And he leads old Daya and just looks to the rest. Meet back up at this spot, and I kind of show them the map and where my spot is X'd. I'll be here.
Does anybody want to go with Grandpa to the
I can go with Grandpa and help him set up.
I think Olivius said he was.
I will.
I want to
Assist
find
him.
out more about the reptiles.
So does me and me, he will
Okay.
go scope out, and then we'll bring food back for everybody. Does that sound like a plan?
Do it.
I have my own food, thank you.
Oh, he burned you.
I'm not okay. I'll just grab some like meat pies or something. Is that good for everybody?
Sure.
Sure.
Well, you said you had your own food, so do you need?
No, I don't.
Can I roll insight to see if he doesn't like Cal?
Sure.
Hell yeah. He's
You're gonna
being a bitch.
Turn
Right.
everybody against me.
11.
Alex, what do you think an 11 would get her?
There's something really important going on. The importance of food right now does not seem very high on the criteria of there might be someone committing murders
No, we're
and
going
kidnapping.
to. No, you've got it all wrong. I guess he doesn't realize that. I
Yeah,
think Cal didn't
yeah.
explain it very well.
Either way, that's kind of what you get off of Olivia's.
I missed it. What did you get?
11.
She thinks that Cal's priorities are wrong.
Well, shall we? And walks off,
Uh,
pulling old Dahlia along.
I'm gonna run up and ask to look at your map so I can kind of get where.
Oh yeah, and then
Okay.
show,
Um,
pick it up, show it to you.
I don't have a map. Do you have a map, Mihi?
A map? No.
I'm gonna look for street names. Do I see a street
This
name?
plan seems flawed if you're going to be the one scouting and they have a map.
Well, you can have my map.
Oh, are you going to be able to find where your store's at?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's only a few blocks away.
okay. We'll hopefully the scouting doesn't take too long, I guess. And Cal will head in the direction with Mihi.
If they get lost, I'll just smell them.
Mihi will give a long look over her shoulder at the group that she wanted to go with and follow Cal. Play the whole sad walking away music.
Damn.
So you guys start going.
Is this game just becoming everyone hates Cal?
I love Cal. He's the most fun to mess with.
Yeah, Grandpa doesn't hate Cal.
Yeah.
It's nothing against Cal. It was just I said that I wanted to go
Yeah,
with
she-
the
she
reptiles,
thinks
and
the
then
reptiles are cool.
Mhm.
I never said that.
Sorry, Adam.
No, it's fine. All right, so you guys, as you guys start heading to your respective areas, eventually you guys at first kind of go the same path, and that's when you eventually you kind of diverge. Let's go and take. I'm gonna take Mihi and Cal first. All right, so as you guys start following the map, you guys get to a not so reputable. That's the word I meant. Reputable, not resputable. Rasputin.
I was thinking the same thing. Thank you.
So yeah, so you guys get to a kind of not so reputable area of the city. There is what looks like the shop. Like there's just a bunch of like houses and stuff like that, and there appears to be a shop around one of the corners. And you get a look at it. The building kind of looks a little beaten. It appears to be some of the walls have cracks on them, and the windows have bars coming down on the front of them to prevent people from breaking in.
Is the door locked?
I mean, are you checking the door?
Yeah, Cal's gonna check the door to see if it's locked.
All right, so Cal goes to try to open the door, and it's locked.
Can I just say, like, while he's checking the door, can I look around and see if he's watching, see if there's people around in the street, just what's happening?
Make a perception check.
Damn.
Just call me Percy.
Oh
This
my
happened
God.
in
All right.
session 02. I rolled really well.
Hacks.
Dang. All right. Yeah. No. Like you kind of look around. There doesn't really appear to be anybody watching you. Watching you. There might be like a couple people you see like up in their like places of living, but it doesn't look like they're paying any attention to you at all.
Can I make a perception check to see through the windows?
Sure.
And is it like, like a line of buildings and then there's like the storefront here? Is it like its own isolated building?
So it is kind of like a line of buildings, but this one appears to be at the end of that line of buildings.
Okay, so it has like, a side, and theoretically, could we get behind it?
18 on the perception check through the windows.
Okay. Yeah, you could technically get behind it, but it does look like there's only a tiny gap. It looks like it might be a tight squeeze if you want to get back there. And
So definitely not a place for like a back door or anything.
No, definitely not. It's maybe for like possibly for like maybe like storage, like in the back, with an awning. Because as you kind of look down, there seems to be awnings lining a couple of the things in the back.
So it does mean that there's a door that would lead inside out there.
There could be, but like I said, it'd be a tight squeeze. So, but for Cal, so as you're kind of like looking in, you kind of peer. The bars kind of get in your way, so you can't quite get up close to the glass. But you kind of look in, and there appears to be a counter. There appears to be some things in the store, like swords, maybe lances. You can't really get too much because it looks like the glass is also a little dirty.
But it looks like a legit store. It doesn't look
But
like.
it looks like a legit storefront, yes.
Okay. Does that perception check let me? Do I see signs that people have been here recently with that?
No, not with that. It's just like I said, you can't get up right against the glass. The glass is already dirty enough. You can get a general idea what's in there, but you can't really get a good glimpse.
Well, I'm gonna look at the map, and is there like an alley on the map? Do I see an alleyway that would lead behind the store?
No, that's what
Oh, she just saw like
he was asking about.
I don't think I can fit through that with all this on.
Take it off.
Yeah, it appears we'll just have to come back at night. That's the only... Are there any, like, upper floor windows or anything? Is it single story?
Yeah, there's a couple. It's a couple floors on it.
Are there windows on the second
Yes,
floors?
there are windows on the second floor.
I would
Anything else you'd like to see?
no. At least as far as we can tell, there's nobody here. I guess we'll get some lunch. My plan is after we eat, I'm gonna keep coming through just to make sure that we don't catch anybody before we decide to. But nobody shows up, and then we kind of get caught in the act of what we're going to be doing.
It may be a better idea to keep somebody as watch and have them watch this building while we wait for nightfall.
Sadly, I kind of think we're a little obvious. You kind of remember us.
What? What are you talking about? I don't understand.
He says not sarcastically.
Oh, she does, yeah.
Oh no, that was sarcasm.
Oh, it was? Okay,
Was
I
that
can't
in,
tell
like-
sometimes with me.
Oh, she got that? He got that?
Yeah, she got it.
That was good. That was that's good. Wow.
Please, if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that we stick out. We're not normal.
That's.
Corrupt her innocence.
Come on, let's go get lunch.
And as we're walking, so how are you liking the world, I guess?
How am I... What?
I mean, you said you just left your mother's. How would, that comment back at the store? Yeah, we stick out, but we're still people. There's no us, Grandpa, Olivius, Caffriel. There's no... We may look different, but we're all the same at the end of the day.
And some people know that, but most people don't. And to answer your question, I think that's been the hardest part. I learned very suddenly that the world is very quick to judge based on appearances and isn't willing to wait and see.
Does it have to do with the... and Kyle kind of like stutters, and he goes like... He knows he shouldn't, but he doesn't know how to like say it, so he just kind of like goes like this. The Barnes. Does that have anything to do with that? Is that...
He immediately turns away, takes her hair and like makes sure that it's brushed over the right side of her face, and
that's...
people can be cruel.
But people can be very kind too and loving, and your mother wasn't
They
cruel.
No, of course not. No. But, like I said, people are often too quick to judge based on appearances and don't care to get to know what's...
Well,
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Just go get lunch.
Cal nods his head. If if you ever need, never mind. And we'll get lunch and we'll bring it back to the group in silence.
Yeah, Mihi will walk ahead.
All right. So as you guys kind of start heading closer back to where Grandpa's little shop's gonna be, you kind of start hearing like more and more merchants as you get closer and closer to the center of town. You get to a pretty decent area of the town. You start hearing, people calling in for like their wares. Like you see a couple like carpet shops, maybe a couple jewelry, little things there. And then you see what appears to be kind of like a tiny cart with, strangely, what looks like kind of an oven on top of the cart. And someone is sitting in the front.
Oh my god, they have food trucks here.
They have my cabbages. Sorry.
And you see this very tall, lanky woman with dark skin and dark black hair. It goes all the way down to her like mid back.
Please, she's got nothing. Ankles. Ankles are bust.
Cal will walk up. Is there a line?
It doesn't appear so.
Excuse me, miss.
Yes, what can I do for you?
I'm assuming by the oven. Sorry, I've never seen a contraption like a setup. This is ingenious.
Why, yes. I mean, it's enchanted, so just was able to buy it myself.
The things you can do with magic, it's insane. What is there like a menu that I can see?
Yeah, there's like a tiny, what it looks like to be a kind of like a oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? Not border. Banner. That's the word. They're not even the same things, but there's anyway. You see like a banner up top, and it says pies of all sorts.
Can I just get like we'll say five like meat pies, something for lunch.
5 meat pies. All right. That will be about, let's say, 3 silver apiece.
So 15 silver in total. Sorry. 15 silver in total.
Yes.
Okay. Cal will quietly reach in and dig out 2 gold pieces and hand them over to her.
She goes, all right, and then she goes ping ping on the oven, like right behind her, and all of a sudden, died.
Yeah.
Come back, please. You see the oven go like up and starts lighting up, and suddenly two gnomes kind of like flip up from under the cart and like they do like a front flip whoosh, onto the cart.
Cal's actually like taken back in like surprise and like takes a quick step back. Like it's a motion where he kind of drops down, but he's like, oh wait a second, okay.
So they go. They kind of like take out knives. They start like kind of like on each other on their knives, and then all of a sudden they start cutting up a bunch of meat and like start making the pie crust and everything like that. So the woman goes, so what brings you to town? You don't look like you're from out here.
Business.
Oh, well, what kind of business?
I work with a merchant. He needs.
Oh, really? What kind of merchant? What's the shop? What do they sell?
He told me the name was the Chortling Turtle. I don't really. He seems like because Cal hasn't really
sounds
looked
familiar.
in the chart. Yeah, we're here on the show. He's here on the map. And we're working together to just try to make some money, I guess.
I mean, that's what merchants do. Chortling Turtle. Was that in Colomar recently?
I honestly don't know. I actually just started working with him. It's a fairly new friendship, I'll call it.
Oh,
but I'm enjoying his company so far.
well, do you know where they are? So maybe I can go check them out later.
I showed her on the map earlier, but I'll show her
On the
again.
same map that he gave you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cal
Alright.
would not think that there was like 2 X's, but he'll like.
What's with the second X down there?
I don't know what he put it there for. Like, I go like wide.
How would you make me a deception check?
That's okay. Cal's pretty charismatic.
The NPC is insight checking you.
Yeah.
Insight check.
Deception. Come on.
Oh,
That's not very
baby.
good.
Oh wow!
Typical paladin. Typical paladin.
Typical goody two shoes paladin.
I
Mhm.
mean, he's got a +3.
Yeah.
So,
The
you know,
food
I
cart
mean,
lady has your number.
she goes.
Number.
She kind of looks at you and like notices your eyes go like, like, no, huh? Maybe we should ask her about it.
You know, I probably should. That's a good idea.
You know, it's kind of weird when you start marking off other people's shops.
Ooh, she got your number.
For the record, Miki is like way back, like not even engaging, not looking, not caring.
This is an experienced food cart lady.
Yeah,
She looks
She
over
reads
at
pies.
Miki.
Pies are like people, and she knows pies.
Yeah.
Out of character, I don't think she's a food shop lady.
We'll have to find out.
Like, I don't know. The answer is definitely maybe.
You know, this is some very interesting small talk, but
Oh, and your pies aren't done yet. You know, you might as well sit here and converse. Hey, what's with your friend? Why is she way over there? She
But,
seems
like-
like she doesn't want to be associated with you.
yeah, I kind of have a history of putting my foot in my mouth. Women are confusing.
Oh, women are confusing now. She like
Never a
cracks her
truer
arms.
statement.
Apparently, you don't know very many, do you?
No, I don't actually.
You should change that.
Man, now it's not only the party, but the NPCs are hating on Cal too.
Is
Holy
Cal
shit.
not- You know,
Maybe he needs to step it up. Maybe he needs to become a man of a higher caliber.
Yeah,
It's funny, you know what? A Tarask shows up and then eats Miki and runs away. Miki, how did you
That's
make your
fair.
character?
That's fair.
Yeah, you know, at least I wasn't as stupid with what I said as the last time with the last one. So there's that. Small victories, small improvements.
Hey, what's that? You're learning.
Slowly
I'm very
but
proud of
surely.
you.
Does the pie cart have like a title on it? Like, does it have like a name or anything? I need to remember this.
You okay? You okay there, Colleen?
I just saw what Will wrote.
Cal will actually, though, with a second thought, he'll also order a dessert pie. Pecan
A dessert
pie.
pie.
What would be a pecan pie?
All right. So to answer Tara's question, you kind of look around and you notice on the side of the cart appears to be the name painted on the name Perfect Pastries. And so she looks
I
at
was
you.
hoping it
Val.
would be pie in the sky.
Oh,
Sure. We'll name it Pie in the Sky. Why not? That's a way
Yes.
better name than I came up with.
Leave it to me to come up with punny business names.
I
Like
was.
half of my skills.
I thought it was gonna be something like the probing pie or something like that.
That's a very different kind of pie, young man.
So you're looking for a pecan pie too now, huh?
What does that mean?
Knock, knock, knock. She like knocks on the thing. Like it's like you can tell it's kind of a different knock. And like the gnomes kind of push the last pie in, hear the knock, and all of a sudden like pull out a a bag of pecans out from like behind them, which to you is weird because like you're kind of like taking a small glance at them every once in a while because you're kind of interested in what they're doing. That bag of pecans was not there before, and they pull it out, and all of a sudden one of them takes one takes a huge like double handful of them, throws them up, and all of a sudden they both pull out their knives and go like jump up and like can like slice in the air, land, and a bowl right underneath them just filled with chopped up pecans, and then they start making the pecan pie.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a little extra money. I'm gonna need
of course. 2 silver. 3
no, that was there. We go. See. Look
Literally,
at that.
can I just pay
actually,
you?
that you
Stop
should-
talking to me.
You should
What?
give me... Yeah, you should... I still need 5 silver and change back from you. So if you could give me 2 silver, we'll call it even.
What are you talking about? You gave me 5. You gave me 15 silver because
I
we were
gave you 2
agreed.
pieces of
2
gold, which is 20 silver, which means I get 5 back. I would 1 more, which is 18, minus 2 for my change. Gets to 20.
Okay, this is Adam. I didn't say that. So like that one's
No,
on.
it's
Oh, yeah,
God
so
messed up.
I assume she would have given you the change at the moment. So
okay, sorry. I'm just... Why am I talking to you?
oh, you don't like talking to me now?
Why?
Do I offend you?
I'm sorry about my earlier statement. I just don't make... The pies for her to maybe... My mother used to make pecan pies when things went wrong, and she's sad, and I don't know what to do.
She puts her finger over your mouth, looks over at Miki, and says, "This happens to him a lot, doesn't it?"
I thought you were in the back! How far back? What?
Sweetie dear. Usually, when one puts their foot in their mouth,
Mm-hmm.
they usually apologize right
I was
after,
going to
instead of making
I'm
up
sorry
excuses.
for putting my foot in my mouth.
There we
Please forgive me,
see.
and then give her the pie as like a peace offering.
She made
So you're gonna give me a pie from my own shop?
No, to her I could.
Oh, to her. Okay. See, because you also put your foot in your mouth in front of me too,
You can
and
make
you haven't
yourself a
apologized
pie.
to me.
I'm sorry for being a jackass.
She like looks at you indignantly, and goes like a flick flick. The norms don't really change from what you can tell.
And Cal's just going to turn not like one shade greener and just like stare at his feet for the whole time. And not say a single word.
So about a few more, about maybe 20 more minutes goes by.
20 minutes to... Okay, sorry.
I mean, it's also a magical. What are you
Yes.
talking? Pies take way longer than 20 minutes normally.
Yeah.
Mhm. Can confirm.
I don't know.
Have you never
You don't
baked a
have
pie
time.
before?
I haven't... Just continue. I'm dealing with that right now.
They're fresh, not
We might want to change the scene to just give him
No,
some
let me finish
reprieve.
this up real quick and then we can cut it.
Alright.
I do have
So
one
Really?
thing.
You want to keep this
No,
going?
not with her. To just Tara, and then I can go cry.
So
in
about
the
20
corner.
minutes goes by.
There's a thing called rule of holes, Anderson. Stop
Mhm.
digging.
a true masochist.
So after, like I said, after about 20 minutes, the pies are finished, and she hands you the pies, and she says, "Here, maybe we have learned about when one puts their foot in their mouth, they apologize."
I'll see if I can remember that. 19 years and I haven't yet, and I will.
Ah, well, you still have a long way to go, friendo, if you haven't figured that out.
So I'm gonna walk up to Mihi.
just turns and leaves, doesn't even say anything.
I take the pies and I run.
That took quite a while.
I think you need to change his color from teal to tart green permanently.
Yeah, just permanently dark green. And Cal's going to offer her the bag with the pecan pie in it, and I'm sorry about bringing that up.
There is no need to apologize.
No, there is. So,
Something my mother told me is always keep in mind what you are, and never forget it, as the world will not. There's no need to apologize. She'll take the bag, assuming that you were asking her to carry it, and she'll
that's
carry it.
That's for you.
I know she's not saying that. She's just grabbing it and walking, like
No,
as if she's.
He says that, like you know that.
Okay.
Okay. End scene.
So with that,
cut it
we're
off.
gonna
Cut the losses.
back.
Cut the losses. Cut it.
End scene.
And we're gonna go back to Cal, Oliphius, not Cal, Calf, Oliphius, and Grandpa.
And at this point, we would have by now set up the shop if they're heading back. And,
Oh no, we're going back in time.
Oh, okay.
Gotta go back in time.
So, yeah, Grandpa takes out of the back of his cart. He's got basically his. So was he given like an entire shop, like a building, or was he just given a space?
He was given a space.
Okay, good.
No, because that's what he was asking. Were you renting like a
Well,
building, or you?
No, I was renting just a space, but
Yeah, that's why. I
unlike
was
the
just
other
saying.
areas. Yeah, it sounded like the areas around like the other spaces were just buildings. That's why I was just making sure. So yeah, he takes out of his cart, basically just like a collapsible like wooden table with like a sign that you cook into the top of the table. Gets Liphius's help to drape over the banner over the top that says in purple lettering the chortling turtle, and the O is like a sun, very similar to the one that's on his shield. And he just starts very carefully placing out his wares. He's got very simple tools, some hammers, some horseshoes, a few like fishing spears and the like. And then, as per usual, he brings out a little bag, unties it, and it's a cloth, just a piece of cloth that he has of a bunch of little metal figurines of little animals. And he kind of very carefully places them, standing them up so they can be seen. And then he just kind of sits up a chair and just leans back, almost like someone who is going fishing and they don't really need to do too much. They just wait for something to come along, not too worried about business, just kind of humming to himself and looking at Oliphius and Caphriel, just like, this is like normal kind of business.
Do you think that there might be any form of notice board for work or news or anything like that?
Well, I'm sure this is near the town square. I'm sure you could find out.
I could go with you.
Certainly, if you'd like.
Oh, of course. And he kind of folds his hands in front of his stomach, just leaning back in his chair. I'll be here.
We should let the veteran do his work.
Oh yes, it's very complicated work. And he actually almost like starts snoozing off a little bit as he leans back more comfortably into his chair.
See, it's all a ploy. Make himself seem very approachable.
Sure.
And as you two are walking away, there's a technique to everything.
I'm gonna look for.
Well, while
Okay.
they're walking, Gabrielle, sort of, like, she asks or she starts to ask Oliphius, like, so do you just know a lot about magic, as in, like, the kinds of magic, or do you know how to do magic?
I know how to perform acts of the arcane. Yes.
Would you perhaps know someone by the name of... Okay. Why am I... Sorry. Raphael Grimsbane.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm new to the region.
He wouldn't have necessarily had to be met here. There's been talk that maybe he went in search of a teacher of sorts.
I can't say I know of a Raphael. I'm very sorry. There were very few humans in where I grew up.
Oh. I figured it.
I can send a letter to.
No. It's better to not say that name.
Oh, did something happen?
It's just... It's danger territory.
Oh, okay. I can understand that. It's... Yeah, yes, I... If you would like me to send a letter or send a notice at some point to my teacher, he might know of something.
It's just a rumor. If he wants to be found, he'll be found.
Alright. Well, I guess... What brought you into the adventuring profession, if you don't mind me asking?
That's a bit of a long story. I kind of was forced into it by necessity. Yes, necessity.
I can understand that. Yes, I can understand why needing to start to travel might be better than staying at home.
What about you?
Similar reasons.
And your friend? She sort of like gestures to Grumbles.
Oh, I found him in the jungle. With my sister, we nursed him back to general health, and he's been with me ever since.
Does he also talk?
No, Crumbles does not talk.
Oh. It would be very cute if he could.
Yes, I have heard of spells that allow animals and maybe even plants to converse in basic, or common, but I don't know it myself.
I think by now they probably would have reached the town.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, do you mind if I roll a perception?
Go ahead.
That would be an investigation, not perception.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better.
I'll assist you.
If
Okay.
she's assisting you, do an advantage.
Cool. And that would be a 19.
19. All right. After looking around and maybe asking around for a little bit, you guys eventually do find what seems to be kind of a notice board. It appears to be in front of a building that was very close to the. You okay?
Sorry, just thinking out loud.
Die for a second.
I'm just thinking out loud, sorry.
Okay. You spot a building that was not terribly too far from the shipping corporation building. It appears to be basically what here appears to be a guard station. You see guards kind of going in and out. You see it's kind of a big building, and this board is in the front. On the building, you see some news. So you see, general news like taxes are going up in the area. You see about like maybe some accidents that happened outside of town on the way. You do also see what happens to be some sort of what's I'm looking for announcement saying that the guard like the soldiers stationed at Procton Tower have disappeared and no one knows where they went. Was there anything else you were specifically looking for, or?
Recent area is so it was Proctown Tower.
Procton Tower.
Procton Tower. Okay.
Procton Tower.
Okay. Procton Tower. And how far away is Procton from?
Oh, Procton Tower is gotta be. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. About maybe 12 to 13 days away. It's pretty far.
Well, in that case, I'll go to the go up to the guards, and ask them, good sirs, if I may inquire, has there been any occurrences that would require the need of outside help?
Not right now that I can think of. Why, were you looking for like jobs or something?
Along that nature, yes.
Well, you could always volunteer as a guard. A couple nights that gets you a good, maybe like a couple gold per night.
Not anything that in that nature, more something that could take us outside of town, maybe?
I can't think of anything at the moment that would get you that. If you want something like that, you're gonna have to go talk to the Duke. At least one of his people, they might know.
Right. Thank you very much for your help.
No problem.
So the uniform, is this uniform kind of nationwide kind of thing, or is this like town by town kind of, oh, I know that this is a guard from here because of what they're wearing?
The town guard is usually like town by town. There doesn't seem to be a lot of soldiers in the nearby area, mostly because of the war going on. They're probably stationed closer to the border. But you would notice that the town guard uniform is about like half plate, with a blue kind of like undershirt underneath that goes all the way to their wrists. They have dark tan pants and like black traveling boots. They appear to they all appear to have a shield strapped to their back, as well as a sword on their side and a kind of a knife underneath.
And the sword and shield, are they pretty good quality, or are they just like...
Yeah, they seem pretty decent quality.
Okay.
They're not like the most expensive thing on the planet, but like they're definitely like standard issue, I might say, like maybe steel or something.
Okay. Then I will go. Your sword, I'm kind of in the market for something along those lines. Do you know of any merchants that I could talk to that sell in the weaponry category?
I mean, you might want to go talk to what's his name? Gemert? I think that's his name. Gemert, he's a blacksmith. He lives kind of looks around like maybe like 5 or 6 blocks that way, and he's pointing to the northeast.
And
He sells some
Gemert...
good stuff.
He sells quality.
Yeah, I mean, like that's where most of us get our stuff. I mean, he can make better stuff that the government, they only give you so much.
I've heard rumors of this. I think they're called the Rolling Ram. Supposedly they sell some high quality arms. Do you know where they are?
I don't know. I go and buy from the same person every day. I don't really go out of my comfort zone.
Very much.
Your microphone cut out a little bit there.
Oh, thank you very much.
Alright, no problem. Is there anything else I can help you with there?
No, I think you've been quite a bit of help.
Alright. Well, if you ever need one of us, you know. we're around.
I shall holler.
Alright, thank you.
So walking away, was Saphriel, was she hanging back for the guard,
Yeah,
or
she
was
was hanging way back. And on that board where it says like one of the notices is outside of town, like that 12 to 13 day trip about those guards that went mysteriously missing, that flyer. She grabs it and tears it down.
How stealthily are you trying to do this?
Well, more like she's grabbing it for herself. Like she's gonna take it with her. Like she's interested in it.
Can you roll me? Roll me either deception or performance.
Let's see, which one of those is better? They're both equally bad. I'll do performance. 9.
I'll go roll in the background. All right.
9.
So, yeah. Okay then. You tear it down.
All right. So Aliphius is going to head back to Saphriel.
Can she roll
what?
perception to see if anyone noticed?
Sure.
I'm gonna also roll a perception to see if I notice.
Oh,
Yay!
natural 20.
First natural 20 of the game.
Nope. Aliphius noticed nothing.
No,
Can't even see your
Olympus is more
character.
kind of like in his thoughts, like, all right, let's whatever.
A duke, huh?
So yeah, Cash, you kind of look around, and you notice the guard noticed you do that. A couple other people around you noticed it. Most people didn't care, but the guard did notice.
Guard will remember this.
Let's
yeah,
see.
so-
How good is my lying? Is this the same guard that Alex was talking to?
Oh, he's not gonna go. He just noticed. You just noticed that he noticed, but he didn't say anything. And yes, this would have been the same guard. Yeah, he doesn't say anything. You just noticed. You saw that he noticed you do that.
What's the lying skill?
Deception.
Deception
Would you say
or
is-
possibly persuasion.
I would say deception.
That's a possibility.
And it also depends on the situation. But in this situation, deception.
That's Mondoveric skill.
Turn the light on. It's getting dark in here. That is not the right switch.
Okay. So she's going to absorb the knowledge of his face in case she needs to deal with him later.
Okay.
Absorb the knowledge of his face.
That sounds
His
It's an
Ominous.
interesting way of
the
stating I'm
image-
gonna remember his face.
The
Yeah.
image of his face is burned into my brain.
That's a better way of putting that.
all right. As Oliphius gets back to Caphriel, he says, "Well, unless we wish to talk to the Duke, I think this is
No.
a dead end."
No. Absolutely not.
All right. Any particular reason why we don't want to talk to the authorities?
Caffriel and Cal are two different kinds of awkward.
Yeah, they really are.
Equal and opposite awkward.
And she leans in close, and she's. I don't know you, but you're not from around here, and that kind of makes this better, I guess. Are you aware of the other kingdom up north?
No. I know that we might have some traders that go to there from my home, but I have never been there.
You know when I said I was forced into adventuring?
Yes.
You know how there is a little bit of a, just a smidge of war going on?
Yes.
It is because of that war. And she sort of like holds up the paper. I know where these people, like she looks around first, like, I know who these people are.
They are?
I know where they are.
Why are you whispering that? Shouldn't you go tell?
No, because I killed them.
Oh!
To be fair, it was self-defense.
It's very good to know. Yes, we probably shouldn't go to the Duke.
No,
Or at least you shouldn't.
no, I should not.
However, they don't know me, so I am going to go try to find some information.
Do you really want to go alone? We might want to wait for Caffriel, or not, for Cal.
For myself.
I might have to wait for myself.
We might want to wait for Cal.
Wait for me.
To come back.
I don't think talking to a Duke is gonna get me in trouble.
I don't know. I mean, we.
I'm not at war.
You're in a war zone, which means there are. Where I'm from, that means that there's spies about, and if anyone has recognized me, then you've been seen with me, so that's bad.
You know, we could have just gone back to just being merchants. Actually, we
Where's
can
the
still do
fun
that.
in that? There's no
We can
fun.
still just go back to being merchants.
It's too late. Besides, I haven't even shown you my cool magic yet.
We'll find a boar. You can do your magic on a boar.
That poor boar.
Those poor guards.
They deserved it.
Fine. Go back. I guess we start heading back.
All right, you guys start heading back.
So as they were gone, about I would wait about 10 minutes until after they leave, and then while I'm kind of pretending to watch my shop, because we're kind of on the outskirts of the town center, so I wouldn't expect there to be too much business coming along. Grandpa underneath the table is going to be casting as a ritual detect magic,
Okay.
and so he's just going to be kind of humming to himself and kind of tracing the arcane words in the air, and his staff that's leaned against the chair, a light kind of glows from the top of it.
Okay. After 10 minutes of ritually casting detect magic, you can see that there is a little bit of magic coming off of your off of the little lantern on your staff, but that's normal. You know, it's divine.
Yep.
You also see, like, every once in a while, a couple like merchant shops, like a little like bit of glowing from the, like one place to another, like You get a couple like transmutation. You get a couple evocation.
Yeah, and I was mostly waiting the 10 minutes before I start casting it, which takes 10 minutes because it's ritual.
Yeah.
Hoping that at least one of the two groups will be back around close to when I finish.
Oh, okay. Well, how long does detect magic last?
It lasts 10 minutes. I waited 10 minutes, and it takes 10 minutes to cast as a ritual.
Okay,
It
yeah.
takes,
Okay.
It takes 20 minutes for me to do it, and then it'll last 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. After a little bit, like around maybe the halfway point through your detect magic, that is when Cal and Mihi come back with the pies.
Oh, pie is great. Could you watch my shop for 5 minutes?
But we just got back. You want to leave so soon?
Wonderful! And he walks off in the direction of the building that he marked on the map, which he knows where it is. He doesn't have the map.
Insight
he starts-
check to wait. Grandpa. Does he stop or?
No, he's gonna keep going. And he takes his staff with him, and he's just walking along.
We have no clue how. I'm not.
Mihi's gonna get a very self-important look on her face and sit down and assume a very business-like pose where Grandpa was and look very serious.
So Grandpa.
Business.
Business, numbers, business.
Business.
Is it working?
Is it working?
And
So-
yeah, he's heading towards that building, knowing that, based on the story from what they told, that if there was ritualistic sacrifice happening and summoning demons, seeing if there's little some going around in that building, some traces.
So you would notice a couple as like when you looked over at Cal and Mihi.
Hmm.
You would notice a kind of a small glow coming from, like Cal, kind of from where his pack is.
Okay.
But it's nothing too big. It's just a little kind of glow. However, from Mihi, there is a huge glow coming from her side.
Okay. And
And as you get closer, there is a book hanging off of her side.
Grandpa's gonna give that a little bit of a longer look, but continue on his way, like as he passes her.
Okay.
Because, like, Oliphius asked if she does magic. She said she does magic, so he doesn't think too much of it.
Mhm.
But he's gonna continue on.
So with that, so you start heading towards the shop that you kind of the Rolling Ram shipping company shop. You get there. What do you do?
I'm just gonna, do a like whistling to myself, just kind of looking like I'm taking a walk, and I'm just gonna kind of circle the block, mostly going around the building, keeping as close as I can to the building.
Okay. So as you kind of walk over there, you're kind of walking around. You're getting around the end of your 10 minutes.
Yeah, and so I would pass by the front door first.
Yeah, you kind of, as you're passing by, kind of look in. You get a couple glows coming from the first floor, and like I said, you're kind of looking around. You look up, and you notice a glow coming from the second floor as well. It appears to be surrounding the walls.
Like all the walls.
Well, like on the up right above where the shipping company is, like kind of like boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
Not like the
So, like-
whole sketch of the thing, but just like right above them.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just kind of raise my eyebrows a little bit and continue my walk.
Yeah, after a little bit, your detect magic peters out.
And I'll head back to my shop.
You get here. Hold on, I'm gonna roll something real quick.
Okay.
Not like this.
That means we're going to die.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, that was a percentile die by the looks of it.
So, while Grandpa was gone,
Oh no.
a small child comes running up to the shop. He goes, "What are those animal thingies?" And he points at the what looks like the metal statues of all the animals.
They're like this big.
Yeah, they're
By
like
the way,
tiny.
Mihi. Yeah. they're
These
little
are
figurines.
tiny. I'm gonna pick one up. These are tiny, finely crafted animal toys for little boys just like you.
I want one.
Okay, if you want one, that'll be 5 gold.
Oh my god! All right then. Oh god!
All right, $500.
Jeez. You don't
Of
have
a
that
diamond.
much.
Oh, that's so sad. You know, I should like lean in really conspiratorial and be like, you know what? Just for you, we'll make it 4.5 gold.
Cal sees this, right? Like I'm reading my Bible.
Yeah, no, you're saying you see this, you see me, he like, you see her basically shaking this kid down for everything he owns.
He doesn't know how much this shit's worth.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, Cal's gonna stand up, take his pie, and he's just gonna walk around the other side of the cart and sit down, so he doesn't have to he just doesn't.
He's like, I'm not dealing with this. Nope, and just.
Yep.
How many children hearts will you be breaking today?
Yeah, he goes. I don't have that much either.
How much do you have then?
He like reached in his pocket. I have this, and like you see like maybe 2 or 3 copper pieces, maybe.
Where's your parents, little boy? Oh my god.
Oh, they're over there. They're buying other stuff right now.
Okay, well I'm sure that they have more money. Maybe you could go ask them. Besides, this Talia has something really cool about it. She'll pick one up in her hands and like hold it, put a hand over it, and then I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion.
Alright.
So let's say that this toy. What are some of the typical animals that you make, or that the Abadashos makes?
All kinds, so like owls, foxes, mostly
owl.
woodland animals or desert-dwelling animals.
Owl. Okay, so she'll cast Minor Illusion, and when she takes her hand away, the owl is like it's colored, but it's like colored like black and purple, and it's got like, these piercing, kind of glowy, flamey red eyes, and it like looks real fucking freaky to normal people. But she's like,
He like takes a step back.
From its peak, it just goes.
And, like he runs off crying.
it's adorable. It's okay.
It's about this time Grandpa shows back up.
She'll dispel Minor Illusion, put it back.
Is the child already gone?
The child
Yeah. You literally watch the child step back and run off crying.
He's just like,
Things not going well, Mihi.
oh no, it was going fine. I did a little trick with one of your toys, and he just didn't
that's
like
fun.
it. I guess.
do that too all the time for children.
Ooh, you show me your tricks, and I'll show you mine.
Okay. Do I take the owl? Is it back to being normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
She said
So
she dispelled it.
I take the owl out of your hand, and I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy and just make like hooting noises coming from the owl. See?
Ooh, we should work it together. Okay, and she'll pick up the toy, put it in her hands,
okay.
do the thing. It's like, okay, make the hooting sound, but make it sound like deeper and louder.
And he snaps his fingers, and the staff on his other hand glows, and it's like a ooh.
And right as he does that, she puts the illusion back on it, but this time it's like the owl has like, puffed up its hackles, and like it's got like sort of like tentacly like darkness coming off of it. Its eyes are all big and scary, and it's like
He's gonna look at it and then look back at you. I've never seen this breed of owl from around where I've been.
oh no,
That's
this is definitely from the Nine Hells, but doesn't it look cool?
Yes, it's quite cute.
He's such a cutie.
And the hooting gets deeper and deeper. Oh.
Cal has stepped over the cart edge. Satan is Lord.
I'm gonna make the owl's head like the illusion of the owl's head like turn around 180 degrees and keep spinning.
Well, as interesting as this is, I don't know if the children will like it.
Why wouldn't they? It's so adorable.
And I put it back.
So upset.
I put it back on the table.
I'll dispel the illusion.
Toby doesn't like the demonic hooting.
At this point, Caffrael and Olympia's come back.
It's okay, buddy.
Cal looks up, sees Caffrael has returned, and slides back down the cart.
Oh no.
Did you
Why
leave
are
the
you-
pies in the front, or did you bring them with you?
The pies are on the table.
Okay.
Yeah, he already had brought them back.
Yeah.
That's why I
Running.
left.
Well, I mean, were they in the front, or did you bring them like to the back with him? Is what
I
was
took
asking.
my pie back with me, but I left
Okay.
the pies for everybody there. But like, he's not in the mood to take Caffrael's shit right now.
Well, you're in luck because I didn't particularly notice that you were hiding from me.
Okay.
Like, I see you do it, but I don't really think much of it.
So
I got to
the,
beat on my insight.
the posting for jobs didn't say anything out of the ordinary, aside from something out of town that is miles away.
Yeah, that. Yeah, we're not doing that because I know why that happened.
Sheepishly, Cal comes out from behind the cart.
Anyways, there's nothing about any people disappearing or strange people around the town, so I think that's kind of a dead end. The only other thing that the guard suggests is we go talk to the Duke, but that might not be a good lead.
It would be hard for him to see us. He's a duke, and we're
Oh, a very busy man.
yeah. Me and me.
Cal,
Exactly.
Mihi, what about your findings?
It appears nobody's been there in a while, which matches up. It doesn't look like anybody has, they lied. There's appears what might be a back door, but it's like a tiny alleyway, and we didn't want to go through it to bring attention to ourselves. And I'm not sure myself in this armor, and Grandpa's definitely not going to get through that.
Oh, of course not. Of course
But
not.
it might
what
provide a good.
Anything odd about the inside? If you got to peek in the window,
I
perhaps?
can only look through the first floor window, and it looked like a store. I mostly saw weapons and armor.
Well, I have a little something of importance to share, and kind of gestures for everybody to kind of get closer, like huddle up, almost kind of back by his cart. I took a pass by myself while Mihi and you were watching the cart a few minutes ago, and well, I can sense magic if I so prepare myself. And from the as I walked by the building, the Rolling Rams shipping company, I sensed quite a bit of magic ringing the second floor of the building that you scoped out.
Okay.
A little
I like to picture,
suspicious.
The camera's on the ground looking up, and all of our heads are like pressed together.
Yeah.
Do you by chance know what school of magic it was?
What school of magic would I have known it to be?
I'm trying to remember what that one would be.
Well, does detect
It's
detect
like
magic?
Detect magic does tell you the school.
I know. I'm just
Oh.
trying to think what the school would be. It would. Oh God, what's the defense one again?
Abjuration.
Abjuration.
It'd be abjuration then.
Yes, Olympius. Abjuration, if you know what that all encompasses.
You cut out.
Your
Okay.
microphone went out again.
God damn it. I have some guesses as to what it could be. Regardless,
But
it's gonna be protected.
yes, magic to cover an entire floor is a bit suspicious.
Highly.
They definitely have defenses up.
On the first floor, there were a couple as well, but that could have been the items in the shop. A couple spots. Nothing like the second floor.
Do we, by chance, want to attempt breaking into this place? It seems like the only lead we have.
That was the plan. That's why I went there and looked at it.
Well, now knowing that there's magic on the second floor as well as some magic on the first floor, do we still want to proceed with that plan?
Yes, I have no choice. I'm going to check it out. You are more than welcome to join me. Cal's not in a very good spot right now, so he's being a little mean.
Do
Sorry.
you think
You always
going on
have
your
to
own
count
would be smart?
No, but I'm going to do it even if it's the only lead we have. I don't see any other move except this one right now.
Right.
Also,
And-
there's an important order of business that we need to get to before we decide anything.
What's
And
that?
that is?
The pies are getting cold, and we should eat.
That is not of my concern, as he pulls out some rations.
Nobody can make a good decision on an empty stomach.
I shove a pie in my mouth.
As does Grandpa.
Well, these aren't like
Chomp.
tiny hand pies. These are like pretty decent. They're not like full size
I
pies,
was
but
thinking,
they're like
hand pies.
no, they're not. They're like maybe like 2 or 3 little hand pies. They're
It's
not,
like
but
a
they're not
pot
like
pie, right?
kind of yeah, kind of like a
like
pot
one
pie.
size bigger than a pot pie.
Yeah,
I'm eating it like this, and I'm like, wow, these are good. Where'd you get these?
I'll be honest, I didn't catch the name. I was a little preoccupied.
It was called Pie in the Sky.
Preoccupied? Preoccupied.
That would have been a good name.
that would have been a good name.
We're gonna have to go to more pie shops that will hopefully have as good of a name as that one.
Also, why were you preoccupied?
I was thinking.
There's dessert too, and she'll pull out the pecan
That's
pie.
dangerous and also doesn't sound like you. So,
Mihi will pull out the pecan pie. There's also dessert if people would like a slice.
Mihi, why was Cal preoccupied?
Let's say that Cal Zarel was preoccupied with being Cal Zarel.
Oh no, what did he do?
He was forced to do social interaction.
Oh no, now you have to tell me.
Tara,
We'll
your
talk-
mic is too close.
We'll talk about it later.
No. Actually, I don't have to tell you. That's kind of. I don't have to tell you.
Well,
I'm gonna
it's
roll,
not.
I'm gonna
It's not
roll.
important. We need to.
Mihi
We
will,
need to.
Here.
Mihi will give a
Whoa,
little
people
nod
finance.
to Caffriel and be like,
Damn it.
talk later. We'll talk later.
Oh, what were you trying to do, Cap?
To be
Huh?
like, but you will tell me.
Intimidation, but she got an 8.
As much as we all like making
Well,
fun
yes.
of Cal, it has to
Oh,
occur
wisdom
later.
Save, I guess, Cal.
Is that
Cal.
safe? Okay.
Yeah. Don't get below an 8.
That'd be
Natural
really
one.
hard.
Natural one.
I swear to God, if this
Natural
is the first natural one of the campaign, I'm
I would
trying
laugh
to.
so hard.
You said wisdom save? I think it's
Yeah.
contested strength checks with intimidation unless you want me to make a wisdom save.
Well, she's not like trying to like gurg you. She's trying to like
Okay, cool.
socially pressure you. You had a higher thing there.
It's not a natural one, but it's close enough.
But you will. Peer pressure.
You know, you just know maybe she's intimidating you.
This is the look
basically.
Cal has on his face right now.
You're getting bullied. That's what's happening.
You know that she is gonna nag and nag and nag and nag and nag and nag and nag until you tell her. So you know
Basically,
that it's
yeah.
better to just tell her now and not.
I put my foot in my mouth and I reaped the consequences. Okay? I'm sorry that you missed it. I'm sorry that you were not there to see me in shame, as I know you love so much.
Aw, I'm sad I missed it too.
Fuck off. And Cal gets up and he walks away.
Aw, go back. Cal, no.
Cal is walking away.
Where does
Gabriel
Cal
follows
walk off
him.
to?
Did I see a well on my way to the?
Maybe
any
like
of my travels so far to the city, have I seen a well or
maybe
a fountain?
maybe not a well.
A fountain, maybe.
Yeah, like maybe like a fountain in the middle of
Like
town,
town square or
kind of.
something, yeah.
In the middle of
Some-
town square
that
or
will
something.
work.
Yeah.
I will
Well
go to a
enough.
fountain. I will.
You
Right.
have a Caffriel on your heels.
I'm
Can I
ignoring
snack?
you.
Can I snag Caffriel's away?
Huh?
Can you what? I'm sorry, you were
Can I
breaking up a little.
Can I snag Caffriel's arm before he follows Cal?
I will do a CMD or CMB or
That's
whatever.
That'd be
not a-
contested.
It's contested strength in this.
If you
I
try
will
to pull
contest
away,
strength.
if you try to pull away, she's not going to stop you. Going to attempt to let him.
Okay, so that'd
Had a
be
rough day.
okay. So Mihi, I need you to roll me an athletics
No,
check.
I will fail. I will fail. Like just
I'm
trying to
just-
get
you're-
that out.
You're
and
trying
whether
to
she follows
contest
it or
that.
not.
You never
I'm
know.
not.
You know?
I'm letting it go.
Alright.
That
Hey
was a
Percy,
shade- a
what if you
shade
get another natural
unsuspicious.
20? All right.
She's saying she's going to reach out her hand, but if Caffriel pulls away, she's not going to try to keep her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't need to do an athletics.
I don't have to roll to
If
make
she's
contact.
she's choosing not to let. If like she resists, she's going to let her go regardless.
I thought you were saying that like you were gonna try to grab her, and then if
No,
she
I just want to like grab her arm and say, "Let him go." And if she pulls away, then I'm.
Yeah.
He's had a rough day. Just
I'm going after,
You're gonna what?
She's going after.
Cal.
Okay. You might need to speak up
And
a little louder. It's kinda
Grandpa's
maybe
going to
sometimes-
start taking down his shop as well.
I think we need to just
Oh,
prepare
as I
for
walk
this
away,
evening.
I will say. I will say over my shoulder to them, "I'll see you guys there at sunset." That's what Cal was saying.
Sounds good.
Sorry.
Following.
Are you
Salad.
going to try to are you trying to lose Caffriel in like the crowd or something, or are you
He
just like
wouldn't. No,
He
he wouldn't,
can't.
he wouldn't
I
be
can
trying to
smell
lose
him.
her. He's just angry and upset.
Mhm.
Cal's pretty young. And so yeah, the fountain.
All right. So you get to the fountain. There's a bunch of people nearby. You know, there's kids playing around.
I'm gonna walk up to the fountain and I'm going to take out 2 copper pieces. I'm going to hold them together, and I'm just gonna pray to Vivine quietly underneath my breath, asking her why she took me from home, why she took me from the things that I loved, and why she why I had no choice in being set upon this path, and and that's it. He's really just gonna bitch and complain.
Is he praying out loud?
It would be quietly under his breath. I can, like, if you were like here, like on either side of his shoulder when he did it, you might be able to catch something with persuasion check or perception check, maybe. I don't know. It's up to Adam.
Yeah, basically.
I don't think I could get close enough without him noticing.
He does
Yeah,
not
probably.
care. He saw you follow him, and you're not his concern.
Alright, she stands right next to him.
What do you want?
It's no fun if you're actually mad.
This is fun to you. Where do you come from? And we're making somebody else suffer. And no matter how, don't get me wrong, I've dealt with this before, but it's been constant. Constant. What?
If you're actually suffering, it's not fun. Do you really want to know where I come from? Would that make you less mad at me? I don't want you to hurt.
I'm just homesick. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue. She asked me to do so. She told me to do something. When the goddess speaks to you, you don't have a choice, right? You're supposed to do what you're told.
I've never done what I've been told to do.
That is kind of, yeah, no, that, my whole life, I've done what I've been told.
How'd that end up? Are you happy? Because I my whole life didn't do what I was supposed to do, and you your whole life did what you were supposed to do, and we ended up in the same. And you don't seem very happy, and I could be happier. I don't know. I'm kind of living moment to moment. So does any of it really matter?
I'll be honest to you. Why should I? You're just gonna use this against me. If I answer, and if I,
Do you really think that?
yes, you've shown me. I've known you for 7 days. 7 long days where everything I've done has been
Have you ever had a sibling?
no.
Oh, that'd explain it. I have an older brother, and it's sort of like only you're allowed to pick on them, but no one else is allowed to pick on them. And it's only about, you can tell what stuff you're allowed to pick on them about, and you can tell when you've crossed the line. If that makes any sense. Have I ever... No, all of the stuff so far has been pretty free game because, like you said, I don't know you very well.
Yeah.
But have I ever picked on you about your family? The little I know about it?
You didn't during session 0, but I don't know if Kafrael would have, because Cal would have talked about it in the week of travel, so I don't know.
Yeah, she hasn't.
Okay.
Because that's just something you don't pick on about.
I wasn't supposed to be alone, you know. She was supposed to come with me, and
Who? You mentioned that before.
my best friend. She was my. All we looked for was getting out of Windsor's Landing. That's all we ever dreamed about. And now I'm doing what I dreamed about, and I just want to go back. Why? You know.
Well, to be fair, it's not exactly how you dreamed it. I guess you need to find a new dream now.
No, I need to find that fucking well, and then Cal will walk away.
You never said if you really wanted to know where I'm from. That'll make you less mad at me.
He stops. He's thinking. I want you to tell me because we're friends, and I mean, I think we're friends. Like I went into that what happened at Colville only because you told me, and I trusted you to have my back.
Did I not?
Yeah, you did.
You don't pick on someone unless you're friends with them. If you're not friends with them, you make fun of them sincerely behind their back. If you're friends, you do it to their face.
If you don't want to talk about it, I'm not going to make you. It's none of my business, and I'm sorry.
It's
How much time
dangerous.
till sunset or sundown?
I would say probably a good. Let's see. Based off of what's going down right now, I'd say right currently probably around 1 or 2 o'clock. So
Oh wow! I thought it was later than that when I said that. Oh wow.
Nope.
You were
Nope.
gonna have a mood for like the entire afternoon.
Yeah,
For
he-
hours.
You tell
Yeah,
me
so
a
sundown
19-year-old
will
would do
probably
that
be
though. They would, yeah. When I was 19, I
Probably
did shit like that.
yeah, it'll probably be about like maybe 5 to 6 hours
Okay.
before sundown.
How big is the map that we have? Like, is it just of this city?
Yeah. Well, are you talking about the one that Grandpa randomly happened to have, or are you talking about like? The
For me,
whole-
it was pretty much like a big map because I figured Grandpa would have one being a merchant going from town to town. So it's pretty big. It's not like city focused.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is that the one that Cal borrowed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you pulled out a city map because
No, like so when I asked for like where my place was, where to theirs, because they said it was the outskirts, so I just kind of marked a general outskirts like area. Like it's not huge. It's kind of like I would say like a medium focus map. So like has, the general area, but not the entire continent.
Okay.
It's the area that he kind of travels in.
Okay. So yeah, the one. If you guys are still looking at the one that Evan.
I don't have like street names or anything on it. It's not that detailed.
Okay.
So do we want to prepare for this evening, or
Yeah, Cal, I'm ready. Yeah, how are we gonna prepare for this evening?
Yeah. And then she tells him, the only reason I haven't told you yet is because it might be dangerous. I just want to make sure that you guys will be okay. I'm still figuring all this out.
Is your brother okay?
Who knows? Probably, maybe. I don't know.
So Cal has been he's not smiling, which is strange for Cal. But you say you don't know, and he says, "Well, for my sake, I hope he is. So maybe you can pick up. Maybe he can share some of the load." And then he smiles.
Yeah. Well, he gives it as much as he can take it. So.
I need some time to. I'm gonna go for a walk. Like I said, I'll meet you guys there at sunset. If I'm there by myself, I won't. I'll assume you went back to the tavern, and I won't do anything stupid or rash.
If you end up being there by yourself at sunset, then I don't know what that means about us. We were
That's-
planning on meeting you there.
I guess I should
From
probably
the
just come back, shouldn't I? And
No, you can go for a walk.
it's fine. I'm being difficult, and Cal will, and I'll head back to Grandpa's shop.
I'll head back too.
Yeah, sorry. I assume because Grandpa was yeah. No, I should ask what time it was.
Yeah. So while they were doing that whole thing, Grandpa, as you started packing up shop, you noticed like maybe 3 or 4 people started coming towards your shop. So before you 100% took it down, you did a couple sales.
Okay.
I'd
how
say
much
you
sweet,
probably
sweet
made-
gold?
I was just, jeez, I was about to say, and then someone got impatient. I would say you probably made about 5 silver.
Okay.
It was very minor things, wasn't anything too.
Yeah, just little tools. I
Mhm.
sold like a step ladder and a
Yeah,
bucket,
probably.
a
I
washboard.
want to watch him do it, and also
take notes.
Yep. But also try to charge like an extra gold for everything.
No, Miki. These are set prices. They're very fair. And you also even see, like, say, like, if a child comes by or something at him, I give them one, and, like, you see me not charge them at all. Just give them a little figurine.
Why
I
are
did
you
a li-
not having the?
Oh, they're little gifts. Children hate shopping. It's a little something for the little ones.
But could potentially charge money.
Children don't have money.
One that I talked to had 2 copper.
I'm not gonna charge a child.
All right. So after a good bit, so after a little bit, eventually the sun starts to set. Like every once in a while, more and more people come by. I'll just say that.
Sorry, we're closed for the day. Personal issues, family matters. I'm sorry. I'll be here tomorrow. Turn people away.
So yeah, you say you finish packing up your shop, and that's about the time that, and it's about sunset. People start to go back in their houses. You get less and less people walking around.
What are we gonna do with the cart and the donkey before I should?
Well, I still have this place rented. I'll just put like a closed sign around old Dahlia's neck, and she'll be fine here.
Is she tied up?
Yeah, she'd be tied. Well, no, not really. I don't think there's anything to tie her up against unless there is in this space, because it's just an open plot of street.
Is she
She knows
smart
not
enough to leave? Yeah.
Okay.
She's a good girl.
Do you guys want to? Are we doing this? I guess. I'm sorry that I can be a little pig-headed and stubborn.
We're kind of in for a penny at this point.
I'm more curious than anything.
Well,
This world would.
you cut out Tara.
You cut out.
Yeah,
This world technically for a copper.
Nope.
you cut out again.
God.
Cutting
Are
out.
your batteries dying, Tara?
It doesn't have batteries. I think it's just because I adjusted the sensitivity earlier. In this world, wouldn't it be in for a copper?
I guess. Sure.
Well, guess we're doing this then.
Question.
Mhm.
Are we gonna do the scouting, like going into the building thing next session since it's 7?
Yeah.
Don't worry. I got it. Don't worry.
I'm worried.
All right.
Anyway, all right. So as you guys start making your way towards the shop for the Rolling Ram Shipping Company, you kind of hear someone calling out for someone. It sounds like a woman's voice going, "Nicholas? Nicholas, are you here? Where are you?"
Look to see the woman.
Is she nearby or?
It's coming from a couple blocks away.
Is it in the direction of the
Can
shop or no?
Sense,
It's like a little past the shop.
Okay, we should go that way.
can I sense infernal presence?
Not right now. You can't.
All right. Do some of us want to take care of that, or do we want to continue focusing on the shop?
Oh, is it not on the way?
It's past the shop.
It sounds
past
nearby.
it.
Just a couple blocks, not like too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should go check it out.
This could be more kidnapping.
Yeah.
Light kidnapping if it's a child.
I.
Fine.
It's all connected.
So that
I'm just
Taras
saying.
that showed up before came and gets Grandpa. On the
Yeah.
No.
Another one gone.
Another one.
So yeah, we had Grandpa's gonna go ahead if no one else does. He's gonna at least.
I'm gonna go. I'll go with
Cal's
Grandpa.
going towards the
Okay.
side of the woman.
Alephius is gonna hang back and go, I guess we're doing this now.
So annoying.
You're goddamn right we are.
So you guys walk over and you see a woman like she seems to be has blonde hair that's kind of covered, like part of it's covered in a bonnet. She has kind of like a floral dress with an apron. She's like, please, have you seen my son? I can't find him. He didn't come home after playing.
I don't know your son, ma'am.
What does your son look like?
Well, he's small, has blonde hair like me, has hazel eyes. She proceeds to describe the child that
No.
he
Dude, does Cal recognize?
Is it
this
the child that you?
Yeah, Cal and me, he would recognize the description. I think Grandpa would have been slightly too far to get.
Yeah, the kid was running away, so he would have.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have.
Where does he normally go to play?
He loves owls.
Owls are his favorite. I'm just kidding.
Okay, what?
He usually plays out in the forest, but he never came back.
Out in the forest.
I mean, it's not a big forest, but you know.
How far away is the forest anyway? Is that like unusual?
It's like almost right out of town. It's not like it's not like a forest. It's like
Okay.
a collection of trees that
More of a
I guess
park?
someone who's never seen an actual forest would call
Okay.
a forest.
He specifically hangs out near Dead Child Creek.
He likes to hang out by the well.
call it that.
Right past No Return Run.
Well,
Listen,
if we see a child, of course we'll come find you or give him to the authorities.
Please go. I don't know where I'd be without him.
We'll keep our eyes open.
Alright, and that is where we're gonna end the session.
Okay.
A lot of role playing happened this
Yeah.
I
time.
know, I was
Wow.
not expecting that much.
I was
Like,
Like several things I had
expected
planned.
us
I was
getting
like, well,
to the shop in the evening like way quicker.
yeah, I did too.
Nope.
Sorry.
Your mistake was thinking that we'd do anything fast.
Because
I mean,
there were pies and there
You know
were.
what? I'm really glad. I had like a few things planned, and I was like, oh god, I have no idea if this is gonna be enough. And we didn't even have to be done. So, neat. Awesome. Good to know.
I guess we'll see how much we get
Save that
done
for next time.
next time. Adam, next session will be 2 weeks from today, right?
Yeah, next session should be on September 29th. It's the day after payday! September
Yeah.
29th.
Ooh, that works out
So
well.
yeah,
I'm gonna be out
everyone
of
in
town.
chat, thank you for joining us in our first session.
Yeah, super thanks,
we did the
guys.
combat, so probably next time we'll have some sort of combat.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe.
I hope everybody had a fantastic.
If we're lucky, it'll be inter-party combat.
It's looking that
So,
way.
yeah, I hope everyone.
No, I think we're gonna run into some combat, but then we're gonna stop and maybe have lunch and.
Yeah, maybe we should ask the monster how it feels.
Yeah.
He likes pies.
Have
We have,
some
at
group therapy.
we have at least one pie left.
Mhm.
I did by one
Oh my
second.
gosh.
Alrighty.
I'm
yeah.
legitimately surprised how much roleplaying happened.
Really?
I'm gonna
Yes!
I'm gonna call it right there, guys. For the stream though. See you
All
later.
right.
All right. Well,
Bye,
I hope
everyone.
everyone has a wonderful day.
See ya.
And you all see you in 2 weeks.